What do you think goes that way?
Find out what's going on all over the city of Las Vegas by subscribing to the City Beat e-newsletter. Simply scan this QR code to get a preview of each show twice a month.
Oh man.
Well, good thing we kept all the lights we used for Diwali. I've got the battery pack.
We'll keep my phone powered so we don't miss any alerts.
What about game night?
Start a conversation with your family and plan together for emergencies.
You're watching City of Las Vegas TV, your community connection.
The following program is closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong.
July 16th, 2025, we are officially called to order. Please note that Mayor Berkeley, there it is excused from this meeting. She is fortunate enough to be one of the mayors selected for the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative. Mayors from around the globe are chosen to take part in this prestigious program. It's designed to offer insights and expertise to help our city be even better at providing positive results for our residents. So we want to congratulate Mayor Berkeley, and we look forward to what she and her fellow mayors will learn and ultimately bring back to their respective cities. We also want to thank the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative for selecting Mayor Berkeley and for providing this dynamic program at no cost to the taxpayers of Las Vegas. With that, this meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV, on Cox Cable Channel 2. You can also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8:00 p.m. and also on Friday at 4:00 a.m., Saturday at 7:00 p.m., Sunday at 7:00 a.m., and the following Monday at 5:00 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers, out to the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace, and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, please assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation in public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk's staff. Please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walk through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. We'll now move on to item number 3 and our compliance with the open meeting law.
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. We'll set the time at 1 minute. Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to item number 4. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference to the regular redevelopment agency meetings of June 4th and 18th, 2025. Councilwoman Diaz, is there a motion?
Move to approve.
There's a motion. Please vote and post. And that motion passes. Moving on to item number 5, RA-17-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Ham Fremont and All Aces Hospitality located at 518 Fremont Street to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the CVIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund Redevelopment Area 1 Ward 3 with Councilwoman Diaz. Note this item is related to Council Item 36 R-24-2005. Good morning, Ms. Babsky.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members. My name is Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the City of Las Vegas. And with me here today is Mr. Zach Jordan and Mr. Mark Whitehouse, representing the applicant. For your consideration today is the VIP grant in the amount of $25,000 for the project located at 518 Fremont Street. This project, this site is located in the Fremont East District, and as we all know, there's a lot of food and beverage places, a lot of energy. You might recognize that the former therapy site, the restaurant, used to be at the site, which is currently the site that is being applied for the VIP grant. This is the future site. It is the Electric Mushroom nightclub. So going from therapy to electric mushroom, I think there's a lot of synergy in that transition, and we're very excited to be able to help the applicant to bring in new signage out in the front, some new lighting, LED lighting around the fence, windows, doors. This is the night version of the signage that's going to be installed with the assistance of our grant. And the applicant is undertaking a pretty large investment on their own, over $200,000 to remodel the whole place. That makes them eligible for the full $25,000 investment by the redevelopment agency. And the work is scheduled to be completed in August of this year. So with that, I'd like to give the word over to our applicants.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem, Council, men and women. My name is Mark Whitehouse with Vision Sign Company. We are the designer and creator of the signage. and I'm here to field any questions about the signage in particular. Otherwise, with me, Zach Jordan, the proprietor, and he can answer any questions you have about the business itself. And we thank you for the time you've given us today.
Good morning. My name is Zachary Jordan. I'm the owner of this business. Thank you guys for your time. So just a couple things that I just wanted to talk about with this. So the sign has started going up. It's not fully complete. The sign went up, I believe, Monday of last week, okay? Within 12 hours, we had over 70,000 views on social media that it went viral. We have some of the biggest bloggers in Las Vegas that have already posted articles for us, Vegas Vitel, so on and so on. And the plan is to just bring as many new people down to East Fremont Street as possible. I've worked on the Strip for the last 18 years. I have all new clientele that I plan on bringing down there, and I think this sign, if you just go down there right now, if you just stand there, there's going to be 50 people in the next 10 minutes of you standing there just watching, taking pictures of everything that's going on there, and it's not even complete yet. So we're really looking forward to that. Any questions?
That is awesome, super exciting. I love that part of town. Councilwoman Diaz, I'm always a little bit jealous of your ward. I love my ward, but I'm a little bit jealous of your ward. But Ms. Babsky, I think I'd go from electric mushroom to therapy after. That would be the order.
I think we all will.
Just do that. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Okay, Councilwoman Diaz, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. And before I make my motion, Mr. Jordan, can you educate our council on electric mushrooms, music, and offerings, just so that we could help either partake or spread the word in what you'll have going on in there?
So on that note, we are doing a grand opening party on the July 26th, okay? And anybody will collect emails if anybody'd like to be invited to that. It's a private party. We have lots of sponsors. I believe Tito's is going to be sponsoring that. We have a really cool 360-degree photo op that's going to be there. We're going to have a whole ribbon cutting ceremony, as well as a step and repeat out front, which I think is going to be really cool. As far as the business, we're going to be in the EDM genre, okay? But we don't want to just pigeonhole ourselves to just one thing, okay? We are not going to be a hip hop venue at all. We are doing electric music, but stuff with words, okay? And then what I always want to tell people also is we want to do anything that's just fun music that people like to sing and dance to. So I revert back to the Gwen Stefani song of B-A-N-A-N-A-S, or even Journey, if we're halfway there. That's the kind of music we want to come in. So every time somebody walks by there, they're going to be able to sing and dance and know every word. In addition to that, we're also going to be a craft cocktail bar during the day. And we brought in a real executive chef who's done numerous restaurants around town to make sure that the quality of food is going to be great. The way the menu's working is we have shockingly simple and electrically elevated, so that way we have two different options for people with the more advanced palate and with the easier palate. So there's lots of different things that we're doing over there to make sure that we drive business down there.
Awesome. We appreciate your 18 years of experience and bringing that to Fremont East now. So with that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item 5.
Thank you.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
For future presenters, if you can all have that much energy, it's going to make this meeting super fun.
I know, I'm a nighttime guy. It's 8:30 in the morning, so. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. We're now moving on to item number 6, RA-18-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment AG and Sticky 6 LLC and BMAYB LLC DBA Viking Mikes, located at 1500 South Main Street, to be in compliance with and furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the CVIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Councilwoman Diaz. And note, this item is related to Council Item 37, R-47-2025. And Ms. Babsky, you're up again.
Yes, good morning again. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the city. And with me here today is the applicant, Mr. Jared Howard. This is also a VIP grant in the amount of $25,000 for a project located at 1500 South Main Street. The property is inside our Gateway District, and this area is seeing some carryover growth due to the Arts District, kind of, how fast the Arts District is growing. So there's a lot of things already happening on the food and beverage side, the retail side in the Gateway District. So this is the property, the exterior before. It's a vacant building, vacant boarded up building. So we're really excited to be able to start seeing, some changes here and be able to assist with the renovations. Yesterday when I briefed, everybody got very excited about a Scandinavian Viking-themed restaurant. So this is the project, and I can't wait to hear a bit more about that from our applicant. But these are some elevation renderings of the property. The owner is investing almost $1 million into the renovations with exterior costs of $188,000. That makes them eligible for the full amount of $25,000, and the expected completion date is third or fourth quarter of this year. Without further ado, if you'd like Mr. Howard to provide some comments on the project.
Yeah, thank you. I won't have as much energy as the previous guy. But yeah, we're excited about the project. My name is Jared Howard. So yeah, 1500 South Main Street. You know, I started in the Arts District in 2016 with Vesta Coffee, and we've seen it grow. And these funds are super helpful when we're developing these older properties. So we're very appreciative of the consideration. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. To clarify, it won't be a full restaurant. It's going to be more of a bar offering with food, 21 and up. So it won't be all ages.
I am also very excited about this area, but I kind of pretend this area is part of my area too. I apologize. But one can imagine and hope. So are there any questions up here on the board? Hearing and seeing none, I'll turn it over.
It's a very odd project. It's okay to have questions. No, we're excited. It's definitely, there's not a blueprint for what we're doing, but we think it's going to be a really cool addition to the neighborhood.
And the name of it is Viking Mike's?
So there's, the short name is Viking Mike's. The complete name is Viking Mike's Alpine Yurt Bar. We're building a 1,600 square foot, like full wood construction yurt in the back. You can see it being erected this week. It's already going vertical.
And initially, the offerings are, you're going to be open to the public mostly afternoon, evenings?
Afternoon, evenings. We're going to test, opening up earlier on the weekends, but essentially, from happy hour to the evening. Small food program, house-made sausages, like fresh potato, like actual.
Real Viking hats to wear too?
There'll be, horns and all of the fun stuff. It's very kitschy, very tongue-in-cheek, escapism at its fullest.
Cool.
Can I ask one?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm remembering a conversation that we've had a few months ago maybe. Is this where the yurts are going?
This is where the yurt's going, yes.
Can you describe a yurt again?
So yurt is, historically, it's a nomadic structure. They're round with like a cone-shaped top. I think the original ones are from like Mongolia. They're usually like a lattice wall with canvas. There's been a lot of iterations and different types of yurts over the years just because they're so fast and easy to make. There's a guy in the East Coast, I don't have his name right now, but he created what's called a taper wall yurt, which the walls taper out, and it has this really pretty silhouette and like this extra like thing on top. And those were made out of all wood. So we're taking that essentially design concept and making it into like a commercial building with actual insulation and engineering, and it's been quite the project. Yeah, but no, it's a round building essentially.
And just to illuminate us, where did you come up with the Viking concept
So the
to
Viking
land
concept,
in the arts
my partner Dan Coughlin, every year we go skiing somewhere for our birthday in January. We used to go to Park City a lot, and halfway up the mountain in Park City is a yurt. It's one of those lattice wall yurts. Inside there's like a little bar, a piano, a fire, and it's like a really cool welcoming spot that we could all kind of meet at if we got lost from skiing or snowboarding. So we wanted to kind of create that feeling and that energy here in Las Vegas.
Really cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Howard. Obviously, we're very familiar with Vesta and how successful you've been at operating and running that, and how it's become one of the most popular coffee shops in the Arts District and
Can I get that in writing?
And outside of the Arts District, because you've grown other places and spaces too. So proud of that for you and for us. And I'm just looking forward to this next endeavor. And with that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item 6.
Thank you.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So maybe you'd go to the Electric Mushroom, take the Vegas shuttle to the Viking Mike's, and then you need to go to therapy. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to items number 7 and 8, which will be read together. RA-19-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the office lease between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Blue Dream concerning the lease of the third floor of 2050 South Pinto Lane is in compliance and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of the office lease agreement by the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency at $11,205,000. This is from the RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 1. And number 8 is a public hearing and discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the sublease agreement proposed by the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents of Nevada State University concerning the sublease of the third floor of 2050 South Pinto Lane is in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of the office sublease agreement by the RDA Redevelopment Area 1. These items are in Ward number 1 with Councilman Knutson. Item 8 is a public hearing, which I now declare open. And Ms. Babsky.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members, Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the city. And with me here today, I have very notable guests. Dr. Pollard, the President of the Nevada State University, and Amber Lopez Lassiter. She is the Chief of Staff. Welcome. Thank you. Before we move forward with our presentation, I'd like to make a correction on the record on item 7, the total lease amount to be corrected to $12,327,750. Thank you. Well, today is a very exciting day. This is a project that we've been working on for a few months now, and it's going to be, I want to say, transformative for downtown. That's how excited we are. We're presenting for your consideration today is 2 lease agreements, one with the Blue Dream LLC, which is a group of partners with Dr. Spiritos and Dr. Prabhu being 2 of them, and then also the sublease agreement with Nevada State University. So a little bit about the project and how we got here. Nevada State University main campus is in Henderson, far away from here a little bit. And they have grown so much. Just in 10 years, they've doubled in size. Their last enrollment counts for last academic year was 7,500. And I was very excited and impressed with the statistics that 80% of your alumni are employed in Nevada. We just absolutely are excited for that. With this partnership, we're bringing an educational or higher educational presence into Las Vegas Medical District to assist us with our workforce development efforts. As we all know, the healthcare field is growing in Las Vegas, and we need as many health care workers as we possibly can get. And so through this partnership and working with NSU, we are bringing forward this concept where they will provide education for 4 different programs. Among those is youth speech language pathology, psychology, nutrition, and kinesiology. And these areas align very, very closely with the results of the study we did 2 years ago by ECG Group, which identified the largest gaps in disciplines in the medical district. And pediatric specialty and behavioral health were one of the top few. So it is not only very beneficial for the students to be able to access education in downtown versus, having maybe to drive further. It is also very beneficial for our most precious little youth children that need the services so much. So we're excited to essentially get both of those sides together. It is also very important that this project was done in collaboration with UNLV and other medical community partners, and I will let our guest from NSU describe that relationship. So Nevada State University is bringing forward a very, very big investment. So this lease the full term is 20 years. Over the 20 years, based on their budget for staffing, student fees, lease agreements, and all those things, is over $40 million, which is very significant. The enrollment for the new campus is estimated at 500 students and 60 courses per term. The clinic itself, that will be a component of the campus, is going to be able to see up to 250 patients a week, all youth. The economic impact on the area overall, based on our model over the 10 years, is $33 million plus, and that is the small businesses, residential with construction around it, everything that's surrounding it that will benefit from the NSU students being there in the heart of the Las Vegas Medical District. The graduation numbers that were provided by the university, our model estimates that within 10 years that will derive over 9,000 jobs overall. So these numbers are very, very impressive. Now about the lease agreement itself. As I mentioned, the redevelopment agency will be leasing the space from the Blue Dream LLC, led by Dr. Prabhu and Dr. Spiritos. The location is 2050 Pinto Lane. This is a brand new, fantastic Class A medical office building. And the floor, it is the 3rd floor that's going to be the home for the new campus. As I mentioned, it's a 10-year lease with 2 5-year extensions, base rent at $2.50, which is in line with the market. The overall RDA contribution over the first 5 years for the rent itself is $1.8 million. The rent will commence October of this year, and hopefully with the TIs going as fast as we'd like them to go, there will be already some activity in the spring of this upcoming school year. In addition, we have a parking lease agreement with Dr. Spiritos and his partners on the parking lot across the street. So there's definitely going to be a lot of collaboration. We'll managing the lot and having a tenant in the building. So this is the preliminary floor plan. I know it's very small to be able to read, but I just wanted to showcase how well their vision fit into the floor, and the layout works perfectly. They'll have classroom space, kinesiology and nutrition labs. They'll have space where our children can receive physical therapy, and the clinic itself will be on the east side of the building, and where the students can practice whatever they learn in the classroom, hands-on, under the supervision of their professors. So without further ado, I'd like to give the word over to our wonderful guests.
Well, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Derianne Pollard, D-E-R-I-O-N-N-E, P-O-L-L-A-R-D for the record. I'm honored to be here today to speak briefly about this project. First, let me extend my deep appreciation to the city, in particular the city manager, the economic development team, and all of the staff who have been instrumental in putting this deal together. They had a dream, and they came to us and said, let's figure out how to get this done. I believe, and I say this wholeheartedly, the future of our region is about municipalities connecting with higher education to do this work. So thank you to the city for the work you've done, and looking forward to that. Just by brief introduction, to tell you that Nevada State University is the community's university. We've been doing this work for a little bit over 20 years, and you will see we continue to serve large numbers of students. I draw your attention to a few statistics about Nevada State. About 50% of our students are first-generation college students. 80% receive some form of federal financial aid, roughly about $27 million a year that we're processing just in 23 alone. We are very proud of the glorious diversity of our student body and also of our faculty and staff. So we continue to do the work that needs to be done to make sure that all means all in a community that represents such a wide variety of folks. In addition to that, you can see our growing enrollment. We continue through a series of partnerships with these types of programs, as well as direct outreach into our high schools through concurrent enrollment, to seeing continuous growth even in the midst of COVID, where we saw a lot of higher education contract. We recognize and we know our space, and we continue to operate at that, and our enrollments reflect that. As Dina mentioned earlier, the most important part of what we do and why we were created is that 80% of our graduates from Nevada State reside in Nevada. 90% of those graduates are in the southern part of the state. So we're very proud of the value proposition that we bring to the community, and most importantly, we know that if we're going to actually do workforce and economic development, it is incumbent upon Nevada State University and other universities to do this work with the municipalities. Let me turn it over to do a brief project summary, expanding it upon what we heard. Dr. Amber Lopez Lassiter, she's the Chief of Staff and Strategy. While I get to introduce this has been her project. She shepherded this project through, including a number of other things that we have going on. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Dr. Lopez.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. As President Pollard expressed, we are simply delighted about this opportunity, and I do want to emphasize for Dina and her team, the entire city, working at Mach speed. So you don't typically hear city and also on our side. So we're just delighted to continue to advance this. We are looking to have 2 of our current academic offerings, and that includes speech language pathology and our educational psychology, and are working to develop 2 new degree programs that include nutrition and kinesiology, as well as that juvenile health clinic. As Dina summarized, this really was an idea of how to further advance all of the great work that's happening in the medical district, and then thinking through how Nevada State could be a partner. The Juvenile Allied Health Education Center, you saw what the rendering looked like, but it'll be a mix of classrooms, but also have that clinic component. The why. So this is a great graphic where you can see down there in the corner, Nevada State University. We do have a cluster of our students there, but our students live all across southern Nevada. And so really looking at, in addition to being in the heart of the medical district, of taking that access to higher ed right there to the student. The community need, I think you guys know this acutely well. There are so many reasons as to why we need to further expand higher education and also delve into these critical healthcare needs. One of the benefits we hear often from our students that transportation is a barrier, and so this is a great graphic that shows just for this location alone what the accessibility with RTC looks like and connecting here in this area as well as down to campus. On the how part, and Dina touched on this briefly, we are the state college, and so we're right between the R1 UNLV and with the community college, and we have been working very closely with both institutions to ensure that those partnerships are secured and that the experience for the student is streamlined. So whether you're starting with us, and the kinesiology faculty at UNLV have been fantastic, and so they'd be prepared for us to go on to continue their graduate degree, or if they're starting at CSN, then we will be well prepared to receive them at Nevada State. Again, increasing capacity alone, looking at the number of students that we're able to serve and to expand, and then also the number of course offerings. In addition, that 250 patients per week, we see as a very significant value add. Yes, we went through this. Timeline. So we are here before you today, and we are packaging everything up on our end to advance to our Board of Regents for their September quarterly meeting, which happens September 11th and 12th. And very much appreciate your time, consideration, and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. I also would like to invite Dr. Prabhu and Dr. Spirito as our partners on the lease side to say a few words.
Honorable Mayor Pro Tem and council members, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. My name is R.D. Prabhu, MD, and I'm here with Dr. Spiritos to represent the Blue Dream LV LLC, the owner of 2050 South Pinto Lane, the first newest medical building in the medical district located in Ward 1 under your leadership, Mayor Pro Tem Knudsen. We are here today because the council will award a resolution to authorize a lease agreement between RDA and our team for the third floor of 2050 South Pinto Lane. This project aligns perfectly with city's goals for economic revitalization, community development, and long-term sustainability. Here is why this resolution deserves your anonymous support. Number one, it is a catalyst for medical district growth. Our building is a state-of-the-art medical facility designed to meet the growing demand for healthcare services in Las Vegas. By leasing this space, the RDA will anchor a high-impact tenant that complements the district vision for a thriving medical and professional hub. This partnership ensures the space is utilized efficiently, avoiding vacancy and blight, a critical step in the redevelopment area once progress. Number two, we are compliant with the redevelopment plan. This resolution confirms that this lease advances the RDA's objectives, including job creation, infrastructure improvement, and public-private collaboration. Our project has undergone rigorous review to ensure it meets the standards. The investment reflects a commitment to quality development, not just short-term fix. And also, it is a testament to perseverance and partnership. Completing this building was a multi-year effort, overcoming delays and challenges. Today, it stands as a model of modern design and functionality. By approving this lease, the council sends a message that Las Vegas rewards persistence, innovation, and collaboration. As one of the council members recently emphasized in another context, partnerships like these are not takeovers. They are shared victories for the community. And there is economic and community benefits. This lease will generate long-term revenue for the city while supporting local healthcare services. It also aligns with broader efforts such as the Commercial Visual Improvement Program to enhance Fremont Street and the surrounding areas. And this is a oath for the future. In one of the councilwomen, I think, in her words during the water treatment agreement debate, they resonate here. This is what she said. We need projects that are complete, not pieced together. This lease is a holistic solution that will serve Las Vegas for decades. In closing, I urge you to vote yes on this resolution. Let's continue transforming Ward 1 and the medical district into a beacon of progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Spiritos, we're getting close to our council meeting time, so I'll...
Dr. Spiritos learned long ago never to follow Dr. Prabhu's speech.
Anything else, Ms. Babsky?
Yes, so at this point, we'd like to present both leases for your consideration and open to any questions.
Thank you. This is a public hearing for anybody who would like to comment on this, either of these items. Hearing and seeing none, I'm going to close public comment. Are there any questions or comments on the board? Councilwoman Diaz first. Go.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to reiterate the remarks that Dr. Pollard made. If you're out there listening in the general public, the city is very open for business. Our executive team does a great job fast-tracking great projects like this one. Dr. Spiritos has been around forever. He's a longtime friend of the city, and we're grateful for this partnership in moving Las Vegas forward in a very meaningful way. So thank you.
And I'm a little envious of your medical district too, MPT. So yeah, you're jealous of my Ward 3 gems, but this area is also near and dear to my heart. And I want to say how incredibly exciting this is for me as a former state legislator who ad nauseum heard about the woes of the workforce and attracting them to our state. And so I am of the mindset that if we can attract them, why not build it here in our home, in our backyard? We have talented youth that need these career opportunities. As we've heard, a lot of students at Nevada State University are first generation, and they need to be catapulted to these incredible job opportunities, but also be kind of honed into the need in our community. And so there's so many benefits to our residents, to our up and coming collegiate students, but also our medical practice as a whole. We know that we have a long ways to go yet to grow in this field locally. And I'm just so excited about the economic development opportunities this opens up. I'm so excited about the workforce that we are having a hand in molding and shaping and providing here without people having to leave Las Vegas, and it's just an amazing project and feat, and so I just want to thank all of you involved, including Mayor Pro Tem's leadership on this. So thank you so much. Super excited to hit the yes button.
Thank you. Ms. Emmer Armstrong.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you all for your presentation. I'm not going to be jealous because I'm looking at the benefit that this is going to have for my community, which is Ward 5, which is your near neighbor to the north. I worked for years at the Regional Transportation Commission, and I think that oftentimes we forget that we have communities that don't have access to transportation. And for us to have this opportunity that in my neighborhood where I live, it's the 208 to the 104. That means that people for $1 and however much it is can get to school and walk 1 block and a half to get to your facility and to be educated in not a job, but a career. When we talk about pathways out of poverty, they're not a job. They are sustainable careers that help people build generational wealth. And I'm so excited about this partnership. I'm going to be talking about this when we do our door-to-door that we're going to be doing in the fall about some other things we're having at Wet Sea. And we can just connect the dots. And we have not, I think, talked enough about what public transportation can do for our community. And for you all to plan this with that in mind makes my heart warm. So thank you so much. I'm super, super proud, and I'm excited to vote.
And I'm going to come at it from a bit more personal perspective. So about 2 years ago, I held a forum with a lot of the university presidents, and Ms. Lopez, you were there. And we kind of challenged the universities and to come up with something for children. And it's really based solely on my personal experience with my own children. And UNLV came up with a pretty exciting program related to children's behavioral health. UNR is coming up with micro-credentials, and you all came out of nowhere. And so I can tell you that for the services and trainings and education you're going to be providing in the medical district, my own children, when I go to a doctor, they prescribe some of those services, and it's a 9-month to 2-year waiting list. So as a parent, to hear someone say it's going to be 9 months before we can have you in for an initial assessment, your heart drops. And so you hear me getting emotional because I'm so proud of the fact that you all came to the table in a way that's so meaningful for parents of our community. And Ms. Babsky, it's so impressive the way the city came together and did something for our community in a way that benefits our economy, that benefits students in our education system, and benefits the parents who are working with children who deserve access to quality health care. So I'm so grateful. So grateful. Thank you for your leadership and guidance in making sure this is a reality that Nevada can be better than we are today. So with that, I'm going to move to approve item number 7. Please vote. And that item passes. And now move to item number 8. And I will also move to approve item number 8. Please vote. And post. That item also passes with eternal gratitude. And Mr. Spiritos, you have the last word.
Yes. Last word is of thanks. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, for all of your work over the years. It's been just an amazing amount of work. And Dina, the whole team, thank you all for your time and effort. I know it's sometimes been tough, but we appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Babsky. Congratulations, everyone. We are now on to item number 9, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the redevelopment agency. No subject may be acted upon by the redevelopment agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. Is there anyone willing to speak on this portion of the agenda? Hearing and seeing none, we are a little bit late, but thank you, everyone. We will transition to our city council meeting very soon, and this meeting is closed.
It's a beautiful day, she's been crying all night. Oh, there's tears in her blue, bloodshot in mine. This bender's been bending, it's hell-bound to break. My baby's had all she can take. Mister, I'll take your roses if you cut off the thorn. She can't take no more. I'll buy violets and daisies to hide all the crazy. It's gonna take all you've got. Oh, it's a bad day for love, but a good day for flower shops. Well, I took some pills and she took the dogs. Oh, it's all gone. to her mom. And I took up drinking since she took the time to tell me I took the best years of her life. So, buddy, I'll take your roses if you cut off the thorns. You can't take no more. I'll buy violets and daisies to hide all the crazy. It's gonna take all you got. It's a tough day for love, but a good day for flower shops. Roses are red, violets are blue. I don't need one, I need 1,000,000 to get you. So, mister, I'll take your roses if you cut off the thorns. You can't take no more. I'll buy violets and daisies to get back my baby. It's gonna take all you got. Oh, it's a bad day for love, but a good day for flower shops. Way up in the mountains, 4,000 feet high, there's a trail through the trees to a cliff where Carolina meets the sky. Oh, and there's a view I just can't describe. No, we're not there yet, just a few more steps, baby, wait. Okay, you can open your eyes. This is it, this is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out, can't you see forever? Take my hand, just take it in. This is a moment we won't forget. On top of the world, here together. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, this is it. Girl, I know that you've been waiting and talking to your friends, wondering if and wondering where and wondering when. Well, I've been waiting too, holding on to this ring for the right words to say, for the right time and place for me to get on one knee. This is it, this is now. now. It's what I've been talking about. Looking out, I can see forever. So take my hand, just take it in. This is the moment we won't forget. On top of the world, here together. Surrounded by our family and our friends. If there ever was a time for a perfect kiss, this is it. Yeah, this is it.
Hey God, it's me. I hate to be a bother, but I could use a minute or two. Yeah, I'm just so heartbroken, disappointed in the way this world is coming unglued. And I can't help but wonder, are you? If you got a little love left in your back pocket, rain it down like pennies in this wishing well of tears. I know that you're busy, but if you could hear me talking, we could use a little.
2025 meeting of the City Council is called to order. Please note that Mayor Berkeley is excused from this meeting. She is fortunate enough to be one of the mayors selected for the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative. Mayors from around the globe are chosen to take part in this prestigious program. It's designed to offer insights and expertise to help our city be even better at providing positive results for our residents. So we want to congratulate Mayor Berkeley, and we look forward to what she and her fellow mayors will learn and ultimately bring back to their respective cities. We also want to thank the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative for selecting Mayor Berkeley and for providing this dynamic program at no cost to the taxpayers of Las Vegas. With that, this meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV, on Cox Cable Channel 2. You can also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8:00 p.m. and also on Friday at 4:00 a.m., Saturday at 7:00 p.m., Sunday at 7:00 a.m., and the following Monday at 5:00 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of chambers, out of the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace, and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it's safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation, and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card, which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment. Citizens' participation on or specified public hearing items. If there's anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk's staff. Please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walk through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for validation coupon. Before we proceed with the agenda, I'd like to introduce Caleb, who's sitting here next to me. Caleb's going to be speaking at the end of the meeting in our council comment, so I'll introduce him. That's why he's up here. But before we proceed, will everyone please rise for the invocation given by Pastor Sean Taylor, Victory Missionary Baptist Church, and please remain standing for the pledge. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. Let us pray. Lead us, Lord. Lead us in your righteousness. Make your way plain before our face, for it is you and you only that cause us to dwell in safety. Our God, our Father, we thank you for the fresh gift of another day. We realize that every good gift and every perfect gift comes from your hand. I do thank you for these wonderful servant leaders that you have granted to us with the responsibility to lead our city in development, life, health, and unity. I pray, Lord, for them personally as well as collectively. They are fathers and wives and parents and brothers and sisters. I pray, Lord, that you will cover them, and as they seek to serve us, that you will give them a support system and hold them up. I pray for every boy, girl, and man and woman in our city. I pray that you will grant us the wisdom to be able to contribute our part to making this a better city. Where there is discord, I pray that you give unity. Where there is confusion, I pray that you give clarity. Where there are wounds, I pray that you'll give healing. And I pray that the decisions that are made will end with the result of the sentiments of Micah to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with you. I ask this in the name of Jesus, who is the Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much. Would you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are going to make our way down to the gallery there to do our ceremonial items. Thank you very much. Well, good morning. This is the ceremonial portion of our agenda, and this is a super exciting part for me because we're recognizing someone today that I worked with, I'm going to say 12 years ago, and I specifically remember like having meetings with him and talking about how we could make the city a better place, and he was passionate back then, so I'm sure the passion has just grown. So I'm just excited about this part, so I'm going to get right into it. For our first item, I'd want to invite our Human Resources Director, Vince Zamora, to join us. Our employees strive to meet our values of being kind, committed, and smart, and they work to build our community to make life better. I am proud to announce that the Employee of the Month is Ron Pruitt. Ron, come on up. I have more to read. Ron joined the city in 2004 as a senior human resources analyst. Ron consistently goes above and beyond to not only analyze and reevaluate our processes, but he works tirelessly to identify and attract highly qualified job candidates. His innovative approach to recruitment strategies, including outreach initiatives and community engagement, has resulted in successfully meeting the needs of our public safety departments. Ron takes the time to build meaningful relationships with potential recruits, offering guidance and support throughout the recruitment process, which has had a positive impact on selections for our academies. Just personally, I work a lot with our DPS staff and our fire staff, and they talk about you all the time. So that's me, it's personal knowledge. I know what's going on. One recent example of Ron's exceptional work is his initiative to partner with the Department of Public Safety to hold an in-person candidate open house and recruiting event, as well as finding ways to administer our physical testing with the challenges of our summer heat. All of this helps ensure that the city is attracting the top potential candidates for these important jobs. In addition to Ron's recruiting achievements, he consistently displays a positive attitude, teamwork, and a strong work ethic. Ron, thank you for all your hard work. I want to give Vince a chance to say a few words, and then we'll have a photo. Mr. Zamora.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak on behalf of our team, and I want to thank you in particular for continuing to support this program as well as the city manager's office. And in particular, we want to thank the Employee Recognition Committee led by Jasmine Freeman. They do such a wonderful job of promoting our employees and doing so many different types of events for us and recognizing the work that we do. So thank you all very much. We appreciate it. If you've ever had a chance to work with Ron or even receive an email from him, one of the first things you'll get is you don't get a good morning, you get great morning. That's how he starts off his emails. And if you're going to have that conversation with Ron, he's going to be very deliberate in his time with you. He's going to spend an awful lot of time sharing with you his opinions and his thoughts and processes on things. So you typically have to get very comfortable because he's going to take his time and explain all of that to you. But Ron is just such a fantastic person. He's a great employee. We've had conversations about his son Winston and how, parenting is such a wonderful thing for him. So aside from him being a fabulous employee, he's just a wonderful human being, and I couldn't be happier for you, Ron. Congratulations. You're very welcome. Time for you to say a few words.
Okay. A few words. I did make a little cheat
It's a really
sheet.
small font, really, really small. Get comfortable.
I made a cheat sheet to keep me on track here. What a great honor, and I thank you very, very much. I always say that law enforcement recruitment is like doing the laundry. It's ongoing, and there's always more laundry. So right at the beginning, it takes a strong commitment. But that commitment is a lot bigger than me. So I share this day with many, many people. First, City Council for making public safety a priority, and my recruitment's a priority. I love that. To the leadership, both on the HR side and DPS, thank you for listening to every kooky idea I have and allowing me to do some of them. Law enforcement recruitment doesn't end after I certify the list. There's a whole lot more that we have to do. And I think the background team, it starts with them after the certification. It takes a lot of coordination and a lot of prioritizing our conversations, meaning I don't get to ignore them. Training staff and department volunteers who help us with the physical readiness testing, I thank you for getting up early and working in all types of weather. To city employees, anyone can help us, volunteer. So with the permission of your supervisor, you can email me. I'll let you know, and you can help us table time. A shout out to the department recruitment team. They've worked with Jacqueline to expand our outreach way beyond that I could imagine. So I'm really happy to see them getting that off the ground and finding their own feet. Last but not least, my recruitment team, records team, and customer service team. I could be up here all day. So thank you very much. I couldn't do what I do without you guys taking my interruptions. I'd like to say that 97% of the population you meet do not want to be law enforcement officers. Of the 3% that want to be, half of them shouldn't be. So I'm left with 1.5% of the population. So I'm going to deputize everyone here as a law enforcement recruiter and help me find that 1.5%. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. I'm going to hand this to you. And we're going to do a picture. Go get your fingerprints on it. And this is the HR team up here, I'm assuming? Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Human Resources at the City of Las Vegas. And for our final ceremonial item today, Councilwoman Diaz will recognize a group of local businesses for their very kind efforts in our community. Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our July 16th very toasty meeting this summer. But I'm very incredibly proud not only to share the stage today with Ron and his amazing accolades for the work he does daily. We're so blessed as a city. We have so many amazing city employees that every day go to bat for our community, and they're trying to do their best in their roles to make sure that they're building life to make it better or they're building community to make life better for all of us. And I think it really gives us some relief as council members, knowing that we have many people rallying behind us to make sure that we're all looking out for each other as neighbors. And so I'm today very incredibly proud of our city's mission to make life better for over 600,000 residents that call Las Vegas home. And I'm just as grateful and proud to have community partners who, without hesitation, generously step up to join us, helping residents in need and assisting the city and our different departments without expecting anything in return. Our Department of Neighborhood Services has a team of dedicated individuals who work hard every day to help our neighbors by providing them with resources, addressing different diverse community needs, from homeless services to senior services to housing services. Arcelia Barajas and her army and staff stand ready to assist our residents. One of the programs administered under Housing Services is a Safe Home Improvements Funding and Training Program, better known as SHIFT, which aims to help low-income homeowners address code enforcement issues so they can age in place. I want to welcome Arcelia Barajas to share, and some of her SHIFT member teams, if they're here, if they can come on down, so that we can hear about this amazing work that her team carries out through this amazing program.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you for recognizing our community partners and their commitment and compassion to coming together to help our most vulnerable community residents. This is most of the SHIFT team. Pat is our manager over the SHIFT team, and our SHIFT team, not just code enforcement response, we receive various grants from the federal government and the state to help support families to live safe, to have secure homes, and as you mentioned, for our most vulnerable residents to age in place. And so they do God's work. They're out there every day. They're going to their homes when needed to take applications. They leverage all of our different programs and resources to maximize all of our services to provide the best outcome for our residents. And so I want to, thank the team. I want to commend the team for being really committed to this work. They are very tight-knit and work well also with all of our partner departments to make sure that we are providing the best service to our residents. I want to thank our partners today. NNM, I always want to, I've got to look because it's the alphabet soup. NNM Construction, LFP Restoration, and Home Depot. They are wonderful partners for us. They came together when they identified a need to help one of our most vulnerable residents in your ward, Councilwoman. And so thank you to the team and them for working together to really help this family continue to age in place. And so thank you.
Thank you, Arcelia. Our Ward 3 residents, Ivan and Andrea, were referrals to our SHIFT program to help address several safety issues in their home, including plumbing repairs and a yard cleanup. The SHIFT program expended all of the eligible funds that this family would be able to tap into, and unfortunately, we were left kind of dry and unable to help them address other concerning issues, such as a fence that had fallen in complete disrepair due to a fire. Our fabulous Charles Chacon, a former team member at SHIFT who was recently honored as Employee of the Month and is now blissfully enjoying the beach life in Hawaii, put out a call for help with businesses. The call for help was answered by 3 generous, kind-hearted entities who are represented here today by Mr. Jose Navarro with NNM Construction, Mr. Lucas Perotat, I may have butchered your last name, I apologize for that, with LFP Restoration, and Mr. Justin Perry with Home Depot. Can you 3 and your other members of your teams come on down so that we can celebrate your amazing contributions? Come on this side. Let's spread the love. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. Mr. Navarro is a proud Army veteran and owner of N&M Construction and has served our community in the construction remodeling business for 5 years. Like Mr. Navarro, Mr. Perotat is a local small business owner of LFP Restoration and has been in business since 2021. Together, they work to divide and conquer this task and in kind the necessary manual labor amongst their respective teams in order to complete the project over the course of a week. Mr. Navarro also worked closely with Mr. Justin Perry, the account manager at Home Depot, to coordinate the donation of materials needed to construct the fence through Team Home Depot program. This project is estimated to have cost around $7,000 to $10,000 with $1,400 worth of in-kind material donated by Home Depot. Don't they deserve a huge round of applause? I know all of my colleagues and I have come across many viral videos of Good Samaritans doing good deeds that brighten our day. And I just feel incredibly fortunate that I'm able to share one, a very special story that happened right here in the heart of our city. I'm grateful to count on business community members like LFP Restoration, N&M Construction, and Home Depot who heeded the call to help out and out of the kindness of their hearts, especially since the benefactors were a senior family on very limited means. On behalf of the mayor, the entire Las Vegas City Council, and all of the residents, over 600,000 in our city, we thank you, Mr. Navarro, Mr. Perry, and Mr. Perotat. Thank you for coming together like a family does to ensure that Ivan and Andrea did not have to worry about how to cover the significant cost to protect their home. Your selflessness, generosity, and leadership were instrumental in this collaborative effort, which brought much-needed protection and peace of mind to this family in Ward 3. And so I'd like to give you the mic so that you can share what it meant to be part of this amazing feat and giving back to our community.
Well, thank you for the recognition for all three of us. It was an honor, an opportunity to work for you guys and do what we do for the community, and thank you.
Sure. Yeah, thank you again. It's greatly to appreciate this award, but really it was very easy for our company to do this. This is definitely one of our biggest things, is giving back to the community. So it's great to work for a company like Home Depot. I've been there 29 years. I'm a second generation Las Vegas, so it's great to help with the community any chance we get.
What high school do you play?
I went Chaparral High School, so I'm an East Side boy. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Like Jose said, it was an honor to work with City of Las Vegas, and we did this project from our heart, so we're happy to help. Thank you, guys.
So I'm just going to read one, and then we're going to hand them out and then take our pictures. So it says, the Las Vegas City Council recognizes Jose Navarro for his exceptional act of kindness. Mr. Navarro's selflessness, generosity, and leadership were instrumental in bringing much-needed safety to residents in need. Thank you and your team at N&M Construction for making this project possible. And this is awarded to you this July 16th of 2025, and each one of you get one. Thank you so much. And last but not least, they got their own. They self-awarded. No, I wanted to also give our Department of Neighborhood Services SHIFT program. They literally do handhold our residents through the entire process, from going to their homes, identifying the needs, helping them fill out the paperwork, because we're government, and so we need that paperwork, right? And so, but this wouldn't have come together if we didn't have all these amazing people joining forces to make it happen. So thank you so much, and we're ready for a picture.
To the agenda.
Who ain't ever tasted better cooking than the mother? I'm screaming, who ain't got a story to tell, and who ain't made it through some hell? Who don't love somebody, don't miss somebody? If you're down singing with somebody, turn it up and sing along. We all work till the daylight's gone. We all knock off the edge around 5, fall in love from a kiss on Friday night. And we've all had a broken heart. We've all closed down a few good bars. Take a look around, y'all, tell me I'm wrong. Ain't the whole wide world just one big country song? Yeah, it's just one big country song. Not everybody knows the words to Mama Tried. City boy, country boy, yeah, we all just trying to survive. So raise them high, turn it up and sing along. We all work till the daylight's gone. We all knock off the edge around 5, fall in love from a kiss on Friday night. And we've all had a broken heart. We've all closed down a few good bars. Take a look around, y'all, tell me I'm wrong. Ain't the whole wide world just one big country song? It's just one big country song. Yeah, we all live one big country song. Yeah, it's just one big country song.
River rolling, open road. Don't know where we're going, but I like it when we go. Up all night, under stars. It's just you and the sound of passing cars. Then out of the blue, a new kind of emotion. You set it in motion. Unfamiliar feeling, yeah, you broke my heart open. And we got this crazy cool connection, little bit obsession. And I'm high on knowing a new kind of emotion. Well, I was sleepwalking. You woke me up to sunshine in the morning and coffee in my cup.
That must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments will be cross-referenced to those specific times. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council, we are getting started now, folks.
We're in session.
We are in session. Thank you. If you'd like to come to the podium for public comment, the time is now. I do have two individuals who submitted cards. One is an Alberto Villalobos and a Jordan Krahenbull. So I'll invite those two gentlemen to come forward, and anybody else can follow them. We'll set the clock at 2 minutes.
Hello, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. My name is Alberto Villalobos. The purpose of my public comment is simply to introduce myself I am a union organizer for the United Food and Commercial Workers International. I particularly work with cannabis workers. I am a former cannabis worker. My coworkers and I organized our 3 stores here in Southern Nevada, owned by the MSO for AIR. I understand there is some cannabis licensing on the agenda today, so just simply wanted to introduce myself and let you guys know that our presence is here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please step forward and state your name for the record.
My name is Jordan Cranebuell. I've been called worse, so right.
I'll work on it.
I am the Executive Director of the Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors of Nevada. I'm here to speak on items 53 and 54, the adoption of the Uniform Mechanical Code and Uniform Plumbing Code. I am also a lifetime member of IAPMO who writes the Uniform Plumbing Code and Uniform Mechanical Code, and on the board of directors for IWISH. I have been involved in code adoption process in Southern Nevada since 1988. I am retired from Clark County Building Department. I believe this is my 10th code adoption process over the last 37 years. I am here to really thank Mike Cunningham and his staff in the building department. They've done a great job. And this is a big process and takes a long time in regards to code adoption, and you need to know what a great job Mike and his staff do. To my knowledge, every state and local jurisdiction have either adopted or are in the process of adopting the 2024 UPC and UMC. The adoption of the UPC, UMC are critical to our industry and our association. It is extremely important that all jurisdictions adopt the same code. This provides consistency in training, installation, and enforcement. Back in the late 80s, all jurisdictions were doing their own thing, and it simply was a disaster. And over time, that has been fixed for great people like Mike and his department. Again, thank you to the city of Las Vegas, and to Mike and his staff. They do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else ready for public comment? Please step forward to the mic now.
Hello, mighty city council.
Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
Peace be within your walls and prosperity in your palaces. Psalm 122:7. My name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. Nimrod, my name Nimrod means valiant, strong in the Hebrew language, and you can fact check that in Young's Analytical Concordance to the Bible, page 696. Okay. My name does not mean rebel, and it certainly does not mean fool. That's a Bugs Bunny trip there. But be that as it may, I'm here to speak on agendas 25 and 21 through 32. Agenda 25 says death of prisoners in city jails. Does that include the courtyard, homeless shelter? Because deaths happen there also. And this sounds like Jeffrey Epstein files in the FBI, death of prisoners. 21, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, public works, are concerning constructions of funding with the RTC. But the forever present construction, especially on Maryland Parkway, has no ending date, causing bus passengers harm and traffic jams in the triple-digit heat. There's all around Las Vegas, there's streets torn up, and there seems to be a forever situation there. It's no stoppage, especially on Maryland Parkway. It's torn up. There's big, beautiful, look like going to be bus stops, but it's nothing happening there. I believe it's supposed to have stopped on June the 30th, I think, but evidently not, because it's still going. So I appreciate you're not tearing up any more streets until the streets that are already torn up are fixed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Nimrod. Anybody else here for public comment? Hearing and seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. We're on to agenda item number 8 for possible action. Any items from the 9:30 a.m. session that the council, staff, and/or the applicant wish to be stricken, tabled, withdrawn, or held in abeyance to a future meeting may be brought forward and accepted upon at this time. Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, MPT. Agenda item 59, bill number 2025-28, and abeyance to the 8/6/2025 has been requested by staff. Agenda item 64, 25-0101-SNC1, street name change, applicant University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, owner County of Clark, UMC et al., from Willow Street to iCare Way, extending south of Wellness Way approximately 300 feet, abeyance to 9/17/2025, requested by applicant. Items number 71A through 71C and 71E, 24-0190-GPA-Zone-Variance 1 and SDR1, applicant William Brown, owner H&H Investments Realty LLC, on a 1.18 acres on the southwest corner of Owens Avenue and Gateway Road, abeyance to 8/20/2025, requested by applicant. 71D, 24-0190-Variance 2, to allow 32 parking spaces where 44 spaces are required. This is a strike requested by staff. 72, 24-0513-Variance 1, abeyance item, applicant Santos Aguilar, owner Leonie Gonzalez Arguelles, on .14 acres at 2104 Santa Rita Drive, abeyance to 8/6/2025, requested by Councilwoman Diaz. Agenda item 74, 25-0046-SDR1, abeyance item, applicant owner Good Luck West LLC, on 1.69 acres at the southeast corner of Martin Luther King Boulevard and Cary Avenue. Abeyance is requested to 9/17/2025, and this is a request by the applicant, and that is all I have on this sheet, MPT.
And that will be the motion. Is we can vote and post. And that item passes. We're now moving on to agenda item number 9 for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the June 18th, 2025 regular city council meeting. Councilwoman Diaz, may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve.
There is a motion. Please vote and post. That motion passes. Moving on to agenda item number 10. Items number 10 through 39 are on the consent agenda, are considered to be routine, are recommended for approval by the departments, and may be enacted in one motion. Are there any items the council wishes to bring forward? Not seeing any. Councilwoman Diaz, may I have a motion for the consent agenda for items 10 through 39?
Yes, MPT, I move to approve agenda items number 10 through 39.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And items 10 through 39 have passed. Moving on to agenda item number 11. Let's see. Excuse me.
40,
Yes, we'll now hear related items 40, 43, and 73A through 73 together. Number 40, public hearing regarding the fair market value of the City of Las Vegas and owned vacant real property based on the current appraisal report in anticipation for the sale and development of 94.99 acres located at the southeast corner of Bonanza Road and Mojave Road. Number 43, R-50-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution authorizing the City of Las Vegas to sell Desert Pines Golf Course for the purpose of economic development without first offering it to the public and for less than fair market value to Desert Pines Master Development, LLC, for the development of multifamily and affordable housing for sale, market rate, single-family homes, townhomes, recreation area, and commercial amenities, and execute the disposition and development agreement. 73, 24-0603, this is an abeyance item on the following land use entitlement project requests on 97.99 acres at the southeast corner of Mojave Road and Bonanza Road. 73A, 24-0603, GPA1, abeyance item from PR-OS, Parks, Recreation, and Open Space, to T&D, Traditional Neighborhood Development. 73B, 24-0603, 0N1, abeyance item from CV Civic to TD, Traditional Development. 73C, 24-0603, DIR1, abeyance item regarding the adoption of the Desert Pines Development Agreement between the City of Las Vegas and Desert Pines Master Development, LLC. 73D, 24-06031, VAC1, abeyance item, petition to vacate public right-of-way located along Mojave Road and bicycle path easements, generally located along Mojave Road, Bonanza Road, and Pecos Road. 73E 24-0603 TMP1, abeyance item Desert Pines for proposed 17-lot subdivision, parent tentative map. The applicant is Desert Pines Master Development LLC, and the owner is City of Las Vegas. The Planning Commission and staff recommend approval on the entire land use entitlement project. These items are in Ward 3, Councilwoman Diaz. Items 40 and 73A through 73E are public hearings, which I now declare open. Ms. Babsky.
Good morning. Dina Babsky, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the City of Las Vegas. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Today here with me, sitting in the reserved row, I'd like to introduce our guests before I move over to our presentation, because we have been working with this team for a few years now, so we're very excited to be here at this point to move this project forward, with your approval, of course. So I'd like to just say that with us here today is Vincent Bennett. He's the CEO of McCormick Barron Salazar, our developer. Along with him is Dan Falcone, the president of Falcone Group. He works with McCormick Barron Salazar. And of course, Jennifer Lazovich, she will be presenting on the land use portion of the agenda. Without further ado, I'd like to start the presentation, and I can't express enough how excited we are to present this transformative opportunity, the proposed redevelopment of Desert Pine Golf Course. And it's not just about the redevelopment of the golf course, it's really about our smart land use, our intent to diversify housing options in Ward 3 and the greater Las Vegas community. We all know that, we have land limitations for all of the region, but even more so for Ward 3. There's really very little land left available for our housing and for redevelopment purposes. So with this proposal and this project, this is really a great opportunity for us, the city, to use a city-controlled land, especially of this size, 95 acres, to move forward our goal of expanding our housing offerings, as well as advance the city's long-term vision specific to the East Las Vegas special area plan that it will bring the affordable housing component, it will bring parks and recreation, education into the area. So all of these items, all of this vision is what has driven us back in 2022 to hire the Smith Group to put together a scope of work for the request for proposal to redevelop Desert Pines. Back in April of 2022 is when it was presented to City Council, and essentially addressed all of the items I mentioned earlier for open space, affordable housing, mixed use, commercial, and retail. We took that scope, and then we went out for an RFP. During the request for proposal, we received multiple proposals, and McCormick Barron Salazar was the winning bidder. So within their current proposal that will be in front of you today is a multi-use of redevelopment of Desert Pines. The project will deliver a minimum of 1,566 units in a mix of affordable multifamily, mixed use, for sale townhomes, and for sale single-family residential homes. It also includes open recreation space and also a proposed early learning center. As you can see on the depiction on the screen, the northeast corner is what the city is carving out from the Desert Pines Golf Course to reserve for future construction of the CSN Training Center. The CSN Training Center on the east side is going to be very similar to the one that is currently under construction on the west side. The city applied for the grant with the Economic Development Administration with the federal government, and our application has been pulled for award, which is amazing. Their representatives will be here in September to tour the site, and then with that in mind, we're planning to have the grant finalized later this fall. Some of the renderings you see on the screen are conceptual product types that were submitted during the proposal. So that's something that, that reflects the multifamily, the condos for sale, as well as single-family residential. I would like to highlight how many partnerships are in place for this redevelopment project. The overall cost to develop the affordable housing component of the proposal is almost $1 billion, so $440 million. Nevada State Infrastructure Bank approved a loan for this project for $25 million to help with the infrastructure costs for Phase 1. Clark County Affordable Housing Funds were set aside at $8 million. That's from their Affordable Housing ARPA allocation to help fund the construction of Parcel 1 for affordable housing. As I mentioned, the Economic Development Administration grant at $5 million for the CSN Training Center that will be finalized very soon. The city, through the American Rescue Plan allocation back a few years ago, set aside another $8 million to fund the remainder of the construction costs for the CSN Training Center. And finally, what made this all really possible is the $6 million from the ARPA allocation by the city back in 2022 that helped us come to a deal with a golf course operator and revise the 99-year lease term for the golf course, which essentially made it now available for us to move forward with this very transformative project. And not to say the least is the actual land deal with the city that's going to make this project pencil and feasible. So let me go over the details of how that will work. The city will sell the entire site, which is the 95 acres, to the Desert Pines master developer, which consists of 51% of McCormick Baron Salazar and 49% of their development partner, Urban Strategies. The purchase price is $17.45 million. It is a discounted price from appraised market value. With that said, the project was specifically structured that way so that in the future, the parcels that are planned to be for sale market rate housing and sold off to home builders, there will be proceeds generated from those sales that will then be routed back into the affordable housing development in Desert Pines. Another portion of the deal is the land will be placed in a deed of trust under promissory note. So as the developer gets ready to develop each individual parcel as individual project, they will pull down that parcel and transact on that particular parcel at that time. The reason it was done that way is specifically to enable the developer to apply for the Nevada State Infrastructure Bank loan. So as I mentioned in the earlier slide, that was awarded and approved. So with this deal structure, that's essentially how we're going to move forward. It is also important to remind you all that there is a Land Water Conservation Fund encumbrance on the site. Many years ago, certain funding source was used that essentially made the site restricted from certain types of development. We're currently working with the state and the federal government to have this encumbrance relocated to a different site, and that is planned to be completed at the end of November. The whole site, 95 acres, will be developed in two phases. Phase 1 consists of 10 different parcels, 5 for affordable housing and 5 for sale. It will also include recreation and open space. Phase 2 of the schedule consists of the remainder of the parcels, which is 2 affordable housing and 3 parcels for sale, and 1 proposed early learning center. The development schedule overall, meaning the next steps, is first we will address the land water conservation easement, as I mentioned, removed in November. The golf course operator will require per lease terms a 6 months notice, in order to finalize their work on the site. So with that timeline, we expect the redevelopment of Desert Pines to start taking place in June of 2026. With that, once that happens, then the very first parcel for affordable housing will break ground later in 2027, towards the end, with the last parcel in Phase 1 to break ground in 2030. Phase 2 will start following that, and the overall project is scheduled to be completed by 2036. So with that, I'd like to just summarize that this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to do something this significant. Take 95 acres of city-controlled land and redevelop it into something that not only the future residents will be able to live and enjoy, but also the community around, from the CSN Training Center, the early childhood center, all the commercial and retail. So there's really a lot of great things that will come from the redevelopment of this site. And before I invite our developer partners to come and speak, I'd like to say a few words of gratitude to the departments that were involved in pulling all of this together. City Attorney's Office, specifically Sandy Turner, Jim Lewis, they were just doing everything they can to bring us to this point. Our Community Development Department, Peter Lowenstein team, and not to forget our own redevelopment division in EUD, Tracy Reich and her folks. So we're super thrilled. We hope for support or ask for support. And then with that, I'd like to invite our developers to say a few words.
Thank you, Ms. Papsky.
Good morning. My name is Vincent Bennett, and I'm the CEO of McCormick Barron Salazar, B-E-N-N-E-T-T. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, for the opportunity to partner with the city. And special thanks, Councilwoman Diaz, for your vision in bringing mixed income development to the community. I've been with the company over 32 years. The company's been in existence for over 50 years. And since its founding in the early 70s, the focus has been not only on public-private partnerships, but really focused on places where families and children can thrive. We focus on a quality mixed income approach. Resilient housing is key, but also places where families and children can be resilient, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Over our 50 years, we've developed in 24 states, over 54 cities, including Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And we've helped in many of these places, states and cities, develop a model. And tools differ from state and locality, but the financial engineering towards public policy goals remain the same in terms of providing places where families and children can really grow and thrive. And what that means is thinking about attainable and workforce housing where there's a housing ladder for both rental, home ownership, and there's a way that we can support our families. Joining me today is a representative of Urban Strategies, Julian Wyatt, and their focus is not to deliver human capital and social services, but is really to work with local partners in delivering best practices, and also through their experience bring in national foundations. So the key for us has been leverage. How do we leverage private debt and equity with local and state resources and put together a financial model that will test time? You know, we need to really focus not on the short term, but over decades, and really create a community that's operationally sustaining. And so what we do through our financial leverage and strategy is, one, identify what the priorities are of the local agencies, public policy and other, and then lever up the private debt and equity with other resources. And so leverage is key. And so one of our goals through this approach is we have a national partnership with the parent company of Summit Health System, Centene, and they've brought resources to really create an opportunity to do early stage and increase the velocity of work. And so they've committed $3 million to date to really advance some of the work early stage, and we're hopeful that that can also lever human capital strategies. And so for me personally, over my 30 years, it's not about the great buildings, and the buildings will be great. The community and the physical infrastructure will be great, but I think it's how do families and children thrive, and for us, that's been our philosophy. So I'd like to, again, thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to turn this over to Dan Falcone, who I've known for over 30 years, to talk through the specifics. But the approach to mixed income has been demonstrated in many places across the country, and we look forward to the opportunity to partner with you to establish really not only a demonstration, but a focus on how this can be done through communities throughout this community. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and council members, and especially Councilwoman Diaz. It's been a bit of a road here to get here, but all good things are worth a good travel. So we appreciate the opportunity, and you know, one of the things that for MBS, they developed about over 25,000 units, and as I like to say, we put about 60,000 people to bed every night. And so with that, we try to take lessons learned, and there are always lessons that continuous, and apply them to the next project and make sure we're doing a good quality innovation and making sure everything works together. You noted from staff the original plan that was developed by the Smith Group was a great plan, but we looked at it and we said, okay, let's analyze this and bring some of those lessons learned and some of that experience and say, what does it do and how would it interact in the neighborhood that we're going to be developing in? And one of the things we recognized was the plan had a lot of units, but they didn't quite match what we see the demographics for the community. And so we took a step back and said, rather than doing about 2/3 of the project as studios and 1-bedrooms, which was the original plan, we said let's flip that around. And so we end up with about 2/3 of the project with 2- and 3-bedroom units. Did a few less units for sure because of space needed, and about 1/3 are for 1-bedrooms, and we don't have any studios on the site. So it's just trying to align things a little bit better to reflect the community that we're going to be working in. And as part of that, we also looked and said, okay, what can we do with affordability and create that ladder of opportunity for folks? And so we have committed to at least 593 units of affordable housing. Our goal is to do about 999 to get there. A lot of that will depend on financial capital and financial engineering to bring things together. But we know we can do it at minimum a certain amount, and at least half the multifamily rental units. The for-sale units will be at market rate, and not to mean that folks have to make always market income, because we'll be working what they call soft seconds to find it's the financing structure, that financial engineering, so that folks that may not make as much can still live there, and we get them work with them to get them grants and soft dollars so they can live in those and buy those homes at market rate. And we do that also to protect the community, because we've learned that homeowners that might be in the area aren't going to be happy if they go to refinance their house and find out that, hey, a brand new house down the street selling for 30% less than your house. So sorry, your value just went down. And we don't want to do that. We want to uplift the community, and not just what we're building, but what's surrounding us. And so we make sure that things sell at a market rate, and bring the financing resources to families that may not earn as much, but still care about their neighborhoods and still want to be homeowners invested in those neighborhoods. And that's what we care about. In that, we also bring in tremendous public leveraging. And so, as noted, we have worked with the Treasurer's Office and Treasurer Levine and the State Infrastructure Bank to get that $25 million and secure that. So that's critical to be able to bring forth all the infrastructure. And at the end of the day, we're looking at making sure that those opportunities for folks to live and bring in the mixed income, and also some of those lessons learned in operations go to how we ensure selection of tenants, how we ensure the outreach is done correctly, background checks are done for residents. We want to make sure that people care about the neighborhood, whether they're renting at low income or whether they're home buying. The markets aren't going to be left to their own just to see what could happen. We want to make sure that things are done correctly and work together on that. As noted, the project will be done in 2 phases, so we look forward to that. I won't go into a deep dive since that was already discussed, and I wanted to take a second to go through, again, recognize and thank staff. I started doing my list, and I stopped at 20 names. I said, I better not go through this, recognizing time and period. But I do want to thank everybody that worked and all the individuals that were there. They've been noted or will be noted. So I appreciate that activity and that all their time and bringing it together. Also note that we will be working with a project labor agreement to bring in union labor on the site, so we are committed to doing that, and that'll be involved in all the infrastructure as well as the multifamily construction. So that we look forward to working that, and have worked with and have an LOI with the Southern Nevada Building Trades Council already in place. So all that is in place and coming forward. I'll turn the specifics for the land use over to Jennifer and let her make that discussion.
Good morning, Jennifer Lazovich, 1980 Festival Plaza Drive, here today on behalf of McCormick, Barron, Salazar. Just a couple of minutes, and yes, I am going to be the person that takes the extra time to go through all those individual names because we met on a bi-weekly basis for the better part of 2 years. It was a lot of time, and we wouldn't be where we are today without the steadfast support and vision of Councilwoman Diaz, which cannot go understated enough, that her vision and her team in knowing that this was the right thing for her community and for the city of Las Vegas as a whole has been truly amazing, and we thank you very much for getting us there. Ms. Babsky showed you this plan. I'll touch on a few things just quickly. As Dan mentioned, we're going to be developing in phases, with phase 1 being closer to Bonanza and this area, and then phase 2 coming closer to the freeway. The different colors represent different types of development within the community. As noted, it's a mixed use and mixed income project. So the first kind of out of the gate that you'll start to see, we will need to come back through for individual site plan reviews so you can see what it's going to look like. But we anticipate that that will be in the purple. Those are mixed use buildings. One of those buildings will be affordable seniors. And then we'll have, of course, in the other buildings, the mixed income. As you move over towards Pecos, you have commercial along with the Nada part, which is where the CSN portion of the development will be. And then parcel 10, I think this is important to note. This is our recreation area, our open space area. That combined with the trail that moves along Cedar Avenue, as well as other open space areas that we have within the community, is about 10 acres of recreation space that we will maintain for our residents, for the city. In the yellow areas is the home ownership, and as Dan mentioned, that's a key component to this. It's not just a rental project, it also has that mixture with the for sale. So we have concepts for both single family attached and single family detached. And then as you come over into this area, you have more multifamily with the opportunity for possibly an early education center if we can make that work. Back in December of last year, we did our required neighborhood meeting, but we have wonderful team members who helped us really spread the word, and we just didn't do one neighborhood meeting, which the required one was on a Thursday night. We did a Saturday meeting as well because people may be working and may not have been able to get there. So we did an additional meeting on Saturday, which actually got more people there. And I would say all comments or questions that we got were very positive in nature. We certainly didn't hear anything negative at the Planning Commission, no opposition of any kind, and Planning Commission did recommend approval. One thing that, on a personal note, I have never had the wonderful opportunity of representing a project quite like this. I have learned a tremendous amount, but probably the best thing that I did is that early on, before we really started the process with your city staff, we in combination with your city staff and Councilwoman Diaz, went to California so we could see what do these projects look like when Vince or Dan talk about, you know, this is how you live, it's how you live. What does that look like? Because it's easy to look at a piece of paper and say, well, these are the different colors, but how does that translate in reality? It was an eye-opening, amazing experience. You would not know that those were mixed income properties and projects when you walk through. Beautiful tree-lined streets for walkability. There was home ownership mixed with rental, and everything was just coexisted beautifully. And it was a wonderful introduction, at least from my standpoint personally, to see what the vision of what this project could look like, seeing it in reality for myself in one of their projects, which was in California. So I'm going to wrap up with the thing that everybody has been avoiding. I certainly hope, this is like an Oscar speech, who do you think? I certainly hope that I capture everyone's name. Some of these people have retired, and I'm still gonna name them because they have been part of this project for the past couple of years. So in no particular order, I'd like to start by thanking Mike Jansen, Dina Babsky, Tracy Reich, Jonathan King, Rich Atkins, Peter Lowenstein, Seth Floyd, Fred Solis, Lucian Pyatt, Sherry Shoup, Chief Nolan, Sandy Turner, Jim Lewis, Rosa Cortez, Joey Paskey, Arcelia Barajas. You had mentioned Treasurer Conine, and then retired and no longer with us, but that started on this project with us and certainly provided valuable help and insight is Tom Perigo, Bart Anderson, Alan Rickey, and Steve Ford. And then the final thanks again goes out to Councilwoman Diaz and her team. Steadfast support, her vision for this project is what got us here today. So with that, I think we would all be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Can we turn it over to Mr. Lowenstein for a staff report first, and then we'll...
Peter will have the last word.
Thank you, Ms. Lazarevich. Peter Lowenstein for the record. So, Mayor Pro Tem and council members, thank you. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all the parties involved in making this project come to fruition. This project has touched all levels of government, from Washington, D.C. to Carson City to our bi-weekly meetings that we've had for quite a while. To achieve such took a large effort from a lot of individuals inside and outside the city, and I would like to say thank you for that. This project has a long planning history, starting with the adoption of the Las Vegas 2050 Master Plan in July of 2021, then the City Council's adoption of a resolution adopting the Desert Pines Vision Plan in 22, and then once again, the city's adoption of the East Las Vegas Area Plan in June of 23. This project is consistent with the goals and objectives and policies of those aforementioned documents, as well as conforms to the applicable NRS requirements for development agreements and mapping actions, as well as all Title 19 requirements. With adherence to the development agreement and the associated development standards, this community will be consistent and compatible with the surrounding area. And as such, staff is recommending approval of the development agreement and all associated entitlement applications, and is requesting the City Council's approval of the project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lowenstein. And this is a public hearing, unless there's any other comments from the team here. Okay, I'll invite the public if anybody has anything to add or question. Hearing and seeing none, I will close the public comment period. I have a few questions, if it's okay. My first one, Mr. Salazar, since you're standing here, the state recently approved a significant chunk of money to go towards affordable housing. Do you all mind talking about, is the city doing everything we can to help allocate that funding? Are we working with our private sector partners to allocate that funding so we're competitive within the city of Las Vegas? Or is there anything else that the private sector can do to allocate that funding?
Yes, thank you. The program and legislation as drafted is very promising. The actual working program guidelines have not been adopted yet. So we anticipate using this funding, and it would align perfectly with the mixed-use concepts we have. So my answer is yes, we plan on using it. Yes, we believe it will be beneficial and available, and certainly we're going to incorporate it. Ultimately, the guidelines will help us define how it will be used, and we'll make sure it can work within the development.
I appreciate that answer. Maybe we can help draft some of those guidelines with the state of Nevada. That would be helpful.
We'd be glad to give insight if I can.
We'd love to get some of that funding into the city of Las Vegas. And Ms. Babsky, I have a few questions for you, if that's okay. The first one, and I ask these questions in briefings, I just think they're important for people to understand. The first one is within each site on that map, they have to finish completion before they go on to the next site, and they pay us as they finish.
Right, there has to be, Dina Babsky for the record, there has to be progress on the first site, and then as they become ready to develop the next site is when they come to the city with their pro forma, make sure that all the financials are in place, capital stack, and then they move forward with that parcel.
And the funding that comes from our partners will go into the city's general fund?
No, it will not go into the city's. So you mean like when the parcels that will be sold as market rate, any proceeds from that sale is going back into the construction escrow account for the affordable housing. The $17.45 million for the land, that's the money that will go back to the city's general fund. Yes.
So $17.45 million going back into the city's general fund because of this sale of land.
Correct.
Thank you. The other question I had is, as a service provider working with affordable housing, you guys, the team provides client services and management services of those properties, or is there other partners involved?
There's two parts into that question that you asked. There is property management and NBS does property management internally, and through the management company. They will be involved, and the social service side, we will look to provide service, and our partner Urban Strategies will look to identify local service providers and help draft the scope of services for each particular property, and depending on their specific needs. For example, program services for seniors will differ from program services for family housing. So they align those services for each property, and then secure the right partners and financing to help funding to help make that work.
That's a great answer. Thank you very much. Are there any questions up here on the council? Any comments?
So I just want to say I'm so proud of you, Councilwoman Diaz. It gives me courage and hope that if you worked on this long and you're going to make this move, that there's hope for us in historic West Las Vegas and other areas of Ward 5. When I spoke to Miss Jennifer yesterday, I said to her that this can be done, but we have to be intentional about it, and we have to believe that there's more than one way. We can't do things the same way we've always done them and expect that we're going to meet the needs of our community, which is miles larger than it was when I came here in 1990. We have more people, we have more need, and we have to be innovative, which is one of the things that you said in your comments. You also talked about lessons learned, and we know that we've had a crisis of home since 2020 at least, and we know that we've got 90,000 people who make 60% of the local AMI or less. We are 90,000 units short. And if you open that number up to folks who make about 120 to 150% of the local area median income, you're well over 200,000 homes short for people to be able to have affordability. Your project gives us hope, and hopefully a template so that the people in this community can cease to be afraid of their neighbors. We have a big problem with NIMBYism here. People are afraid of the word affordable housing. They think it's going to affect them disproportionately, and we need folks to understand that your neighbor is the person you sit next to in church. It's the person you go to synagogue with, the person you go to mosque with. It's the person who's mixing your coffee. It's the person who is checking out your groceries at the grocery store. They all need housing. And if we're not intentional about how we do that, those people are either going to be homeless, which no one wants to see, or they're going to leave our community, and then we have another problem altogether. And so I'm really, really proud of you, Councilwoman Diaz, and I'm proud of your team. And I encourage other developers in our community to pay attention. This is the future. This is where we're going to be fighting for in I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, in everything that happens in Ward 5, this is what I'm going to be fighting for, so that we have a comprehensive and inclusive template for housing. And I thank you all, and I'm really, really glad to see this.
And then I would, before I pass it on to Councilwoman Diaz, I would just say in all of our briefings, what's been consistent is the vision from Councilwoman Diaz. So thank you for bringing this, what is a catalytic development, into our community. And for Mr. Jansen, a whole bunch of people's names were read prior to us voting, by the way. It should have been after. But it's the team of Las Vegas that's really taken what is a growing challenge in our community and put forth an effort that is a solution. So we should all be incredibly proud of this effort and proud of the councilwoman who's leading it. So I will turn it over to the Councilwoman Diaz to make our motions.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you for your kind words, my colleague from Ward 5. This is Christmas in July for me. A really long Christmas coming. I can tell you we started to have conversations about this vision in 21, and then we started to have to hash out the details of how this vision, this pie in the sky, this very innovative, intentional, value-added, master planned community project happened on shy of 100 acres left in Ward 3 that I rarely get to see. I'm not privileged like some of my other colleagues who have large swaths of land still undeveloped. I am very much infill like some of us in the urban city. And so obviously I want to say first and foremost, thank you to the public, to my residents. They helped us craft this vision. So if we didn't hear housing was a necessity, if we didn't hear education is a priority, we wouldn't have had the holy grail that made this vision come together. So I can't take all the praise. It really is the residents of Ward 3 who participated, who made this happen. Let me take a minute and gather because it's a lot. I want to say thank you to all of our amazing city staff who, when we threw everything in the kitchen sink, they're like, let me figure out how we make this happen. Let me figure out what angle we can take, what funding opportunities are available. I want to say, oh my gosh, ARPA dollars couldn't have come at a better time for us so that we did have control of this site, and we're still holding our fingers and toes crossed for the last few hurdles to be met, but we feel fairly confident that we will achieve it and then be able to put this land holding in the appropriate hands. Know that we had to basically go back and forth, hash things out. I want you to know that we're taking a huge leap of faith as a city in this space. I don't think we've ever trusted this magnitude of a project to believe that we can offer a mix of affordable and market rate housing, that we can provide families like mine the opportunity of first-time home ownership, and then that builds generational wealth for that family. For them to, if they had to leave high school because of unforeseen economic circumstances, they can go back to our education and training center and get their career back in check, whether it be a trade or advanced manufacturing or whatever other workforce need, we're gonna plug into our East Side Training Center. Then we have, open spaces that we know that we lack on the East Side. And I held these people's feet to the fire over my trees and greenery and making it beautiful, because we want to mitigate the heat island effect that we suffer from every summer increasingly on the East Side where we lack it. So they never said, no, we're not going to do that, or it costs too much money. If anything, they are a proponent of keeping the spaces beautiful and inspiring, and they want people out there walking their community and building that camaraderie amongst their neighbors. And so I just want to say, wow, this is a first momentous step. I know that there's still so many more steps to follow, but I do want to say bravo to McCormick, Barron, Salazar for always saying we can do this, and we can do it in a way that will be something you're proud of, Councilwoman, not just when we first build it and have people move in, but 40, 50 years down the line, because we promise that what we build, we keep up with, and we're going to maintain to the highest standard and quality. And so I want to say just thank you. Thank you to Ms. Lazovich, who's been there from the initial tour, Mr. Lowenstein, who has sacrificed countless years of his life on the planning side. I just want to thank also the Smith Group and Erika Aviles for opening our minds initially to the possibilities and getting that feedback from our community. It's very important to me that people see me as a responsive public leader and servant, that I am listening to what you're telling me, and then I'm figuring out the how-to, and sometimes the how-to takes 4 years in the making, but know that we are listening and we are hammering and chipping away and working on a plan to hopefully bring what you're telling me is a great need. So I just want to finish by saying I'm so proud that we're bringing different levels of housing or different kinds of housing needs to the community. Commercial use is in there, workforce development is in there, short-term and long-term employment opportunities will be located on Desert Pines Golf Course, and early learning center. I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed. And then obviously our Education and Training Center, which I feel is the first presence of higher ed on the east side, where we know our educational attainment levels need so much love and watering and support to make people retake certain pathways so that they can be making a better living and be less stressed and not have to have 3 jobs to make ends meet. And so with that, I am ready to make my motions, MPT. So I'm going to move to approve. No action is required on agenda item 40. So I'm going to move to approve agenda item 43.
And item 43 passes. We still have more to go. No clapping yet. More to go.
That's the first one. And then I also need to move to approve agenda items 73A through 73E.
And there is a vote. Please vote and post. And that item also passes. All items. And if it's okay, there's a bunch of staff that worked on this. If you're in the audience or up here or down there, if you're able to stand up just so we can recognize you, this is monumental for the city of Las Vegas. Let's celebrate you. We are building community to make life better. Thank you for being our partners. Let's continue to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And we will now move on to item number 41. This will be another exciting item. Discussion for possible action regarding the Neighborhood Partners Fund Board recommendations to allocate $40,000 for 8 neighborhood projects, all wards. Ms. Barajas.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Arcelia Barajas, Director of Neighborhood Services. For the record, I am here today with Aaron Batista. He is our Neighborhood Partners Fund Board Chair, and he'll be sharing with you today the board's recommendations for funding for fiscal year 25 and 26. But before I hand it over to him, I wanted to provide a brief introduction to the program. The Neighborhood Partners Fund has provided funding for homeowners, homeowner associations, and volunteer neighborhood associations in all 6 wards since 1998. The program helps build community by supporting the volunteer efforts of these associations. Volunteers design, plan, and implement projects to improve the communities where they live. Associations can apply for up to $5,000 for public safety, physical improvement, and community engagement projects each year. Associations match their grant requests with volunteer labor and may also contribute in-kind donations and their own funding. The match leverages our funding that the city provides to the neighborhoods. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Aaron, and I think you start here. Yes? Yes.
Good morning, City Council. For the record, I'm Aaron Batista, 865 Dust Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89110. I am Vice Chair of the 2025-2026 Neighborhood Partners Fund Board.
And University Regent.
I can.
You can.
Okay.
I don't know where to click it. It has been my pleasure to serve on the NPF board. Neighborhood and homeowners associations came forward with some exciting projects that we would like to share with you. I'd like to take a moment to thank my fellow board members for their participation. The NPF board is comprised of 6 city staff members and 7 neighborhood volunteers appointed by the mayor and city council offices. The members evaluated each project and have made recommendations for the city council's consideration. I would also like to recognize the other NPF board members for their thoughtful deliberation in this process. If board members are present, would you please stand as I call your name? Jan Churchill. Ward 1, Matt Tramp and Alex Fuller. Ward 2, Shannon Nordstrom and Samantha Burgess. Ward 3, Vice Chair Aaron Batista and Arlene Alvarez. Ward 4, Chair Liz Becker and Brenda Flank. Ward 5, Angela Lescano and Nora Lares. Ward 6, Robert Estrada and Blanca Lindsay. It is rewarding to serve my community by participating in this amazing program. The success of the NPF program requires extensive outreach to the hundreds of neighborhoods within the city of Las Vegas. That outreach requires a well-coordinated effort by neighborhood services, the council offices, and the Office of Communications. The board would like to thank them for promoting this program through emails, social media, ward newsletters, press releases, and meetings with potential applicants. We would also like to thank each association that applied. The board recommends 8 NPF projects for the fiscal year 2025 to 2026. The projects generally fall within the following categories with some crossover: 4 neighborhood improvement projects, 2 public safety projects, 2 neighborhood engagement projects. The Neighborhood Partners Fund Board has the following recommendations: Buffalo Coalition Neighborhood Association awarded $5,000. Crestwood Neighborhood Association awarded $5,000. Fremont Street Loft Homeowners Association, $5,000. Lakeside Village Homeowners Association, $5,000. Rainbow Family Park Neighborhood Association, $5,000. Rock Springs Vista 3, $5,000. Tanglewood Homeowners Association, $5,000. Timberlake Street and Landscape Maintenance Association, $5,000. The grand total is $40,000 with a total match of $88,644.30. These enthusiastic associations applied for NPF funds to address critical neighborhood issues, build upon their sense of community, and generate greater volunteer involvement. The Neighborhood Partners Fund Board, including Liz Becker and myself, recommend these projects for council approval. For more information on the NPF program, please check the city's website at www.lasvegasnevada.gov or email npf@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bautista and Ms. Parejas. I think this is a wonderful program. I love that the city does it. It's really good to have the neighbors engage, and the requirements are tough. The time commitment, the labor commitment, but it's tough to go out and get your neighbors to engage with you. And so this kind of encourages it. And having filled out these applications before, grateful for the neighborhoods that participate and continue to do that, because you know those are the strongest neighborhoods we have in our community. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Hearing and seeing none, I'm going to turn it over to Councilman Diaz for a motion.
Thank you for leading this effort, Regent Bautista. Thank you for giving your time and rating everyone and being supportive of the different neighborhood associations. So with that, I'm going to move to approve all of the grants recommended by the Neighborhood Partners Fund Board.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Thank you for your recommendations.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time and effort. And we are now on to item number 44. Excuse me, 42. This is a resolution, R45-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution for approving the attached disposition and development agreement by and between the City of Las Vegas and Oikos Development Nevada for the sale of property located at the corner of West Van Buren Avenue and F Street to be used for the development of affordable housing in accordance with NRS 268.058. This is in Ward 5, Councilwoman Summers Armstrong's ward. Ms. Barajas?
Here I am.
You're up.
Here again, Arcelia Barajas, for the record, Department of Neighborhood Services. So this item is to request your approval of a disposition and development agreement between the City of Las Vegas and Oikos Development Nevada for the sale of property located on West Van Buren and F Street for housing in accordance with NRS 268.058. The land use entitlements for this site were approved by City Council on April 21st, 2025 for a proposed 4-story, 22-unit multifamily residential development. So this is the final part of this process. The next and last step is for you to approve this agreement for us to be able to sell this land that was previously purchased using our redevelopment set-aside housing funds for affordable housing. And Chico Clark is here in the audience if you have any questions relating to the development.
Thank you for that. Is there anybody up here that would have any questions or comments? Okay, it's all yours, Councilwoman.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We're excited for this. This is another step in the right direction for affordability in our community. And if no one has any questions, I'd like to make a motion for approval.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Thank you very much for the
Thank you.
presentation. Look forward to another partnership in the community. Now we're moving on to item number 44, Boards and Commissions, discussion for possible action regarding the reappointment of Michelle Laramie to the Historic Preservation Commission. Ms. Laramie was originally appointed in July 2017, and she currently serves in seat designated as Category 8, Members at Large. She is eligible, has the recommendation of the Community Development Director, and wishes to continue serving. And I will turn this over to Councilwoman Diaz for a motion.
I move to reappoint Michelle Laramie to the Historic Preservation Board.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. We are waiting. And that item passes with appreciation for Ms. Laramie. Moving on to item number 45, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at this meeting. Bill number 2025-12. City Attorney, would you mind reading the bill?
Yes, sir. Bill number 2025-12, an ordinance to amend various provisions of LVMC Title 19 to update the standards applicable to residential tiny house parks and to provide for other related matters.
I will move to approve. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Bill number 2025-15. City Attorney, would you please read the bill?
Bill number 2025-15, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and to provide for other related matters, 25-0118-Annex 1.
I move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Moving on, bill number 2025-16. Mr. City Attorney, would you please read the bill?
Bill number 2025-16, an ordinance to extend the boundaries of the city to particularly describe the land to be annexed, to make its inhabitants subject to laws, obligations, and benefits of the city, and to provide for other related matters, 25-0148-Annex 1.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Moving on to bill number 2025-17. Mr. Dorkat, please read.
Bill number 2025-17, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the International Building Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Bill number 2025-18. Mr. Dorkat.
Bill number 2025-18, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the International Residential Code, together with the amendments thereto, and provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-19. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-19, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 International Existing Building Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-20. Mr. Dorkat.
Bill number 2025-20, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the International Energy Conservation Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-21. Mr. Dorkat.
Bill number 2025-21, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the International Swimming Pool and Spa Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. 2025-22. Mr. City Attorney, please read the bill.
Bill number 2025-22, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the Uniform Mechanical Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-23. Mr. Dorkat.
Bill number 2025-23, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 edition of the Uniform Plumbing Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-24. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-24, an ordinance to adopt the 2023 edition of the National Electrical Code, together with local amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-25. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-25, an ordinance to adopt as the city's fire code, the International Fire Code, 2024 edition, together with local modifications thereto, repeal LVMC Chapter 16.18 relating to emergency radio coverage, and provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-26. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-26, an ordinance to adopt the 2024 International Wildland Urban Interface Code, together with amendments thereto, and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote. And post. That item passes. Bill number 2025-27. Mr. City Attorney.
Bill number 2025-27, an ordinance to amend LVMC Section 6.9.10 to update provisions regarding landlord training programs and to provide for other related matters.
Move to approve. Please vote and post. That item passes. And item 59, recommending commit, I don't read that. That item has been obeyed to the August 6th City Council meeting. Moving on to item number 60, recommending committee bills eligible for adoption at a later meeting. Item number 60 and 61, bills number 2025-13 and 2025-14 will be heard at a later meeting. New bills, agenda item number 62. Item 62 and 63, bills number 2025-29 and 2025-30 will be heard at the recommending committee meeting on Monday, August 4th, 2025. City Attorney, would you read the new bills?
Yes, sir. Bill number 2025-29, an ordinance relating to land development, amending various provisions of LVMC Title 19 relating to the deferral of public improvements, public and private street standards, building frontage standards, and checklists and requirements pertaining to map-related applications, and to provide for other related matters. Bill number 2025-30, an ordinance to amend the Uniform Development Code, LVMC Title 19, to include provisions for the use condominium hotel, and to provide for other related matters.
Thank you. New bills 2025-29 and 2025-30 are assigned to the August 4th, 2025 recommending committee members, myself and Councilwoman Seaman and Alan Polensky. If any so designated are unable to attend, the clerk's office will coordinate at finding substitute as necessary at the mayor's direction. Items number 64 through 70 appear on the one motion, one vote agenda, but item 64 was held in abeyance earlier in the morning. Remaining items 65 through 70 may be considered in one motion, one vote, as they are routine items with no condition changes. Any person representing an application or a member of the public or member of the council not in agreement with the conditions and all standard conditions for the applications recommended by staff should request to have that item removed from this portion of the agenda. Item 65, 25-0146 SDR1, applicant owner is MEQ-CR LLC on a land use entitlement project request for a proposed commercial development consisting of a 5,450 square foot restaurant with a drive-through and an 8,630 square foot commercial building on 1.69 acres generally located on the south side of Craig Road, approximately 260 feet west of Jones Boulevard. This is C2 General Commercial Zone, Ward 5, Councilwoman Summers Armstrong. Item 66, 25-0161 SUP1, applicant is AI California LLC, owner is 99 Cents at Decatur LLC on a land use entitlement project for a proposed 24,500 square foot alcohol off-premise beer wine use in conjunction with the grocery store, with a waiver to allow a 60-foot distance separation from a church, house of worship, where 400 feet is required at 1200 South Decatur Boulevard. This is C1 Limited Commercial Zone with Ward 1, Councilman Knutson. 6725-0177, applicant owner is D&W Incorporated, on the following land use entitlement project request on 11.77 acres at 240 North Jones Boulevard, Suites E and F, C1 Limited Commercial Zone with Ward 1, Councilman Knutson. 67A 25-0177, SUP1 for proposed gaming establishment, restricted use, 1 to 5 machines. 67B 25-0177, SUP2 for a major amendment to an approved special use permit for a proposed 664 square foot expansion to an existing 1,328 square foot packaged liquor off-sale establishment use, alcohol off-premise full. 68 25-0189, RQR1, applicant, Outfront Media, owner is 844 Rancho LLC, on a land use entitlement project request for a required review of an approved special use permit for a 40-foot tall, 14-foot by 48-foot off-premise sign at 840 North Rancho Drive, C1 Limited Commercial Zone, Ward 5, Councilwoman Summers Armstrong. 25-0214 RLC1, applicant is Dapper Development, owner is Chicks Dig Scars LLC, on a land use entitlement project request to amend conditions number 1, number 2, and number 4, and to remove conditions number 5 from approved vacation on a portion of right-of-way, alley, Artway, and Casino Center Boulevard, generally bounded by Casino Center Boulevard, Coolidge Avenue, First Street, Boulder Avenue, and Artway. This is Councilwoman Diaz in Ward 3. And item 70, 25-0252, RQR1, applicant is the Cannabis Co. Owner is Charlie LLC, on a land use entitlement project request for a required review of an approved special use permit, SUP 77273, for a proposed 6,260 square foot marijuana dispensary use at 200 East Charleston Boulevard, C2 General Commercial Zone. This is Councilwoman Diaz in Ward 3. The Planning Commission recommends approval on items 65 through 67. Staff recommends approval of all items. These are public hearings that I now declare open. Is there anyone wishing to be heard on items 65 through 70? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. Floyd, Mr. Lowenstein, I understand you need to make a comment on item 69.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, Peter Lowenstein for the record. I don't know if Lucia wants to read it, but I have it as well. We have an amended condition number 2 as follows. Condition of approval number 1 of vacation 240451-VAC1 is hereby deleted and replaced with the following condition. The limits of this petition of vacation shall be defined as the east-west right-of-way between Coolidge Avenue and Boulder Avenue, currently assigned assessor's parcel number, parentheses APN, 139-34-499-013, along with the pocket area within APN 139-34-499-001. Any other public right-of-way requested for vacation under 24-0451-VAC1 are specifically removed from the original approval. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lowenstein. Again, is there anybody that needs to comment? The public hearing is now closed. I will now move to a motion by Councilwoman Diaz.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve agenda items 65 through 70, including amended conditions for item 69.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And those items pass. Thank you. We'll now pull items 82 forward before proceeding with the rest of the agenda. Item 82, 25-0190, RQR1, required review. This is a public hearing. Applicant is Outfront Media, owner of Sahara Rancho Office Center, LLC, for possible action on a land use entitlement project request for a required review of an approved variance that allowed a 14-foot by 48-foot off-premise sign at 2320 South Rancho Drive. C1 Limited Commercial Zone is Ward 1, Councilman Knutson. Staff did recommend approval. This is a public hearing, and I asked for this item to be pulled forward because it was originally intended to be on the one motion, one vote. With that being said, is there anybody that would like to comment on this prior to me turning it over to staff? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close public hearing. Is there anything from staff?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Seth Floyd for the record. There have been no significant land use changes in the area since the last review. The site therefore remains suitable for off-premise signed use and remains compatible with the adjacent land uses, and therefore staff is recommending approval with conditions requiring a 3-year review.
Thank you very much. I'm going to move to approve item number 82. Please vote. and post. And that item passes. Let's see. Now we're moving on to 75. $75, 25-0067. This is an abeyance item on the following land use entitlement project requests of 15.92 acres at 7038, 7058, and 7078 Sky Point Drive, TC Town Center, Zone SX-TC, Suburban Mixed Use Town Center, Special Land Use Designation. 75A, 25-0067, GPA1, abeyance item to amend the Las Vegas 2050 Master Plan Trails and Bike Street Map to relocate an approved shared use trail segment generally located east of Sky Point Drive, north of Deer Springs Way. 75B, 25-0067, VAR1, abeyance item to allow 471 parking spaces where 570 spaces are required. 75C, 25-0067, SUP1, abeyance item for a major amendment to an approved special use permit, SUP 45941, for a proposed addition to an existing public or private school, primary and secondary use. 75D, 25-0067, SDR1, abeyance item for a major amendment of an approved site development plan review for a proposed 28,612 square foot addition to an existing 145,287 square foot primary and secondary school with on-site parking and playground improvements with waivers of the Town Center Development Standards Manual and Title 19 perimeter landscape buffer requirements. The applicant is Somerset Academy of Las Vegas, and the owner is Somerset Academy of Las Vegas, et al. The Planning Commission recommends approval on the entire land use entitlement project. Staff recommends approval on 25-0067 GPA1 and denial on 25-0067 VAR1, SUP1, and SDR1. These are in Ward 6 with Councilwoman Bruni and our public hearings, which I now declare open. Is the applicant present?
Yes. Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, Bob Gronauer, good morning. I'm here representing Somerset Academy. As you can see on the overhead this is an existing school. Somerset Academy has been here approximately about 15 plus years. It's located up in the northwest. It currently is a elementary, middle, and high school. I'm excited to stand before you today to tell you that we're going to make some expansions here to help make some improvements to the school and the surrounding area. Quickly, this is the existing school that you see here in light blue. We have existing ball field, play area that's located in this area. What we're looking to do is we will be adding a theater building in here to the north of our property. And then this triangular piece of property here that I'm showing you, which I'm going to call like kind of the bottom third, is we're actually adding this property to the entire campus here. So what you'll be having here is we're going to have some more additional green space, open space for playground area. We're adding more parking down here. It's going to increase and help out with queuing situations for the school. And we're also adding an additional ingress egress area. Zoom in a little bit quickly. You can see in this area, these will be the improvements that we'll be making along with the theater expansion. So we're excited what's before you here. I want to thank Councilwoman Bruni. Over the last several weeks, I think we've had neighborhood meetings with the neighbors, with the HOA representatives from the north and to the east of us and generally in the area. We will continue to work with the neighbors on any type of circulation, ingress, egress concerns that they may have. We have another meeting scheduled with the neighbors. Sometime it's going to be in the first week or second week of September as we continue on with the existing operations, and we're going to continue that communication as we move forward here with the future development. So that being said, we'd ask you to approve the applications that were approved at the Planning Commission, and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you very much. May I turn it over to planning staff for their report?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Peter Lowenstein for the record. The proposed realignment of the shared use trail is appropriate as it ensures the continuity of the public trail system without disrupting normal school operations. The new route would provide a safer alternative to the existing required trail segment as the shared use trail section is in conformance with the requirements of Title 1904.420. Staff recommends approval of the general plan amendment. However, staff has determined that the site is as proposed to be overbuilt beyond its capacity to accommodate town center and Title 19 requirements for parking, landscape buffer widths, and building facade treatment. Therefore, staff is recommending denial of the variance, the use permit, and the site development review. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lowenstein. This is a public hearing. Would anybody like to comment on this project? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Are there any questions and comments from the board? Councilwoman Bernie, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I want to say I'm super glad what this project represents. Somerset is one of our crown jewel schools. It's a 5-star school, and it really adds a great opportunity for our residents. So I think what we're seeing is growing pains associated with growing the student body enrollment. I want to thank you and also Joseph Norby and Sean Robinson for taking the time to meet with the neighbors and the HOA members over the last few months. I think we have a great communications plan in place. So thank you for your effort with that. And with that, I'm happy to make a motion to approve number 75, item 25-0067, A through D, please.
There's a motion, please vote. And post. Those items pass. Thank you very much.
Thank you and have a good day. Take care.
Moving on to item number 76, 24-0505 STR1, Site Development Plan Review, Public Hearing, applicant Peter Ozigbu. Owner is the Kenichi Trust et al. For possible action on a land use entitlement project request for a proposed outdoor storage development on 0.4 acres at 3702 Vegas Drive, M Industrial Zone, Ward 5, with Councilwoman Summers Armstrong. The Planning Commission and staff recommend approval. This is a public hearing. I now declare it open. Is the applicant present?
I am. Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I'm Winston Henderson, architect, on behalf of the applicant. We have reviewed staff conditions of approval and concur, and we wish to have your approval.
Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to staff for your report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Seth Floyd for the record. The site is currently zoned M Industrial, and the applicant has proposed an outdoor storage facility at this location. The site plan indicates the site will be utilized to store at least 2 vehicles and 4 self-contained metal shipping containers, although more items may be added in the future. As proposed, the site complies with Title 1908 outdoor storage screening requirements, as well as perimeter landscaping, and staff recommends approval. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Is there anybody that wishes to be heard on this item? This is a public hearing. Please step forward and state your name for the record.
Good afternoon. My name is Lee Deuce-Babek. I'm directly across from this property. Currently, it's kind of a junk pile with cars and shipping containers already there. I'm more here from, I've gotten several calls from the other neighbors around me. Little Maggie's Preschool is also across the street, Little Roundup directly next to them. They apparently, from what they told me, they sent in a bunch of protest cards that were never counted. I don't know that. I know I sent in one. They couldn't be here. I have to take vacation time to be here. I think they're more concerned about the aesthetic look. I don't know what input or comments they would have, but they requested that if I could come down and just address this in front of you. I don't know what they claim. I haven't seen it myself, but there's a lot of homeless in that area, trash, human feces. They just, if this goes through, I think they just want it to look good, because right now it's kind of already what he wants. Cars, cargo, shipping containers, that kind of stuff.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully with the rest of your vacation time, you can go sit by the pool. But I'm going to see if there's any questions or comments up here. Hearing and seeing none, I'm going to turn it over to the councilwoman representing that ward.
Thank you. Sir, before you sit down, would you please state your name once again?
Lee Deuce-Babek, 3701 Vegas Drive. I don't know if there's been an aesthetic review or anything like that.
Yes, so while you're here, I'd like Mr. I'm sorry, I just lost your name. I got nervous. To kind of go through some of the details about what's going to happen on this site so that you can take that information back to your neighbors. We had a chat yesterday, and I think we can safely say that he got chewed out. And you can take that back to your neighbors and let them know. And so I think, Sir, if you could please give a clear breakdown of what your client is going to do and how they're going to proceed if we approve this.
Yes. So if we can have the overhead, please. And so we have worked with planning and with the councilwoman's staff, and what we are proposing is a new masonry wall around the entire perimeter of the project so that it will then shield and beautify the entire project. And then within the wall will be a landscaping buffer that will be added as well. And the intent is to try to preserve a couple of the older growth trees there along Vegas Drive. The front elevation, in working with staff, is that there will be a CMU wall, split face with colored block and a meshed wrought iron gate on the front so that it will conceal completely the yard as you go along the street. And hopefully that will alleviate the concerns.
How tall is it?
It will be 8 feet tall. So we think with that should satisfy the neighbors.
Do you have a current picture, it looks like, over there of what it looks like?
Well, no, it hasn't been built yet.
No, I meant what it's currently.
And so that,
Parking containers, there's
yes,
barn over here.
so none of that will be visible
Okay.
once the wall is introduced.
5443.
Do you know if you got any of their cards that they sent?
I
in
haven't
over?
seen any, and I didn't get any emails, but we try to be very responsive. I live not far, so I drive the neighborhood, and I understand your concern and your neighbor's concern.
It's more them.
Okay. Well, and whoever it is, and I was concerned about the daycare center immediately to the east. I think that's Little Roundup.
Right, Little
And I was concerned that I spoke to Mr. Henderson about this yesterday, how close some of the storage was to their existing fence.
I have observed through the years people hopping over the fence and stealing stuff out of there. So I don't know if that's an ongoing thing or not, but
That's the reason for the extended height of the wall, so that we can stop some of that from happening.
all right.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much for coming down.
And sir, Jeff Dorkak, City Attorney, I think we received 2 protest cards, if that was what your question was. The clerk's office has them.
So with that, Mayor Pro Tem, I'd just like to say thank you, Mr. Henderson, for meeting with me yesterday. I think our discussion was pretty transparent, we want the old growth trees maintained to the best of their ability, so they need to just ensure that their contractor is careful, and that we have the new trees so that we can address the heat island effect, which is rampant throughout wards 3 and 5, and I think also parts of Ward 1. We don't need to lose trees. We need to keep the cooling. And the importance of them maintaining their landscaping inside the wall will also help with alleviating some of the heat. And I also expect that they will stick with the plan, that they will only have the parking spots with cars and only have the containers that are outlined in the description, because we don't want it to turn into a junk pile. The view from the satellites is not encouraging. And so I'll be keeping an eye out. I've asked my staff to tickle this for 1 year to look to see what has happened. And we'll be reaching out if your client is not compliant, because this is important. How we keep our communities is the responsibility of all of us, both citizens and businesses. And with that, Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion for approval.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And that item passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We are now moving on to items 77 through 77C, 25-0153, and the following land use entitlement project requests on 3.83 acres located adjacent to the southwest corner of Clark County 215 and Gowan Road, Planned Development Zone, VC Village Commercial, Lone Mountain West Special Land Use Designation. 77A, 25-0153 VAR1, to allow a 6-foot side yard setback where 10 feet is required. 77B, 25-0153 SDR1 for a major amendment to approved site development plan review, SDR 8833 for the proposed addition of a 2-story, 14,503 square foot childcare development and storage building and parking lot reconfiguration with waivers of perimeter landscape buffer requirements and Lone Mountain West development standards to an existing commercial office development. 77C, 25-0153 TMP1 West Gowan Office Park for a proposed 1-lot commercial subdivision. The applicant is Ardura Group Incorporated, and the owners are Datura Properties LLC and West 20th Properties LLC. The Planning Commission recommends approval on the entire land use entitlement project. Staff recommends denial on the entire land use entitlement project. These are in Ward 4 with Councilwoman Alan Polensky and are public hearings, which I now declare open. Is the applicant present?
Yes, good morning. My name is Tyler Grove. I am representing Ardura and the owner, Gagan Verma. Unfortunately, Ardura could not be here today.
Thank you. Would you like to tell us about the project?
So the project's a 14,000 square foot, 2-story preschool. They up to grade 5. Is there anything more than that? I mean.
Thank you. And is there anything else you'd like to add, or? Okay, I'm going to turn it over to our planning.
We're open to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Thank you. I'll turn it over to our planning staff for their report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Peter Lowenstein, for the record. The proposed development does not meet the required side yard setback, landscape buffering, and perimeter walls. As such, those variances have been applied for. The hardships are determined to be self-imposed, and therefore staff has recommended denial of the applications. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, this is a public hearing. Does anybody in the audience like to comment? Hearing and seeing none, I will close the public comment period and turn it over to any questions up here? Let me check here. Hearing and seeing none, Councilwoman, this is all yours.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Of course, early education is so important, and definitely the people in my area have very limited options in this space. This is definitely an infill piece that abuts the 215. Don't have a lot of options with this piece of land, so I welcome you to Ward 4. And with that, I move to approve item number 77. It's A through C.
There's a motion on the floor. Please vote. And post.
Aye.
We have an aye from Councilwoman Diaz as well. And that item passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Moving on to item number 78, 25-0156 VAR1 variance. This is a public hearing. Applicant is Rise Dispensary. Owner is Chautauqua Development Corporation for possible action on a land use entitlement project request to allow a proposed projecting sign and wall sign that does not conform to Title 19.8 development standards for projecting signs and wall signs on 1.89 acres at 2233 South Las Vegas Boulevard. This is C2 General Commercial Zone with Ward 3, our Councilwoman Diaz. The Planning Commission recommends approval. Staff recommends denial. This is a public hearing. I now declare it open. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
Hello.
Good morning. My name is Frank Viverito. I work for Hartler Signs, 3900 West Dewey Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89118. We are proposing a double-face blade sign on the building, and we're just looking for your approval.
Thank you very much. I will turn it over to staff for their report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Seth Floyd, for the record. No evidence of a unique or extraordinary circumstance has been presented in that the applicant has created a self-imposed hardship by proposing wall and projecting signs that do not conform to Title 19 sign requirements. Therefore, staff's determined that the applicant's request is preferential in nature and recommends denial. Thank you.
Is there anyone here that would like to comment on this project? Hearing and seeing none, I will now turn this, anybody up here like to comment? I will turn it over to Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I've been thinking about it, and I did vet with staff that there's no, there's really not a conflict with our scenic byway guidelines with the signage as proposed. This location is in close proximity to the strip, and so that's why I think I'm amenable with it being the way that you guys are wanting to install it, just because it will heighten the visibility. And the thing that I wanted it is to not be in concert with our scenic byway or highway conditions, but it is neon, I understand.
Yes.
And so for those reasons, I'm going to support Planning Commission's recommendation to approve. So that's my motion, move to approve.
There's a question if it's green.
It's what color, because it's looking black and white before we take the vote. My colleague's asking if it's green.
Yes, the acrylic with a vinyl graphic, which is great.
There's a vote. Please, or motion, please vote. And post. That item passes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 79, 25-0164 SUP1, special use permit, public hearing. Applicant is Christian P. Hernandez. Owner is Nevada Treve and Somsaki Treve for possible action on the land use entitlement project with a proposed motor vehicle sales used vehicles with a waiver to allow the minimum area for a site designated exclusively for the sale of used motor vehicles to be less than 25,000 square feet at 1410 Northeastern Avenue. This is C2, General Commercial Zone, Ward 3, with Councilwoman Diaz. The Planning Commission and staff recommend approval. This is a public hearing, which I now declare open, and the applicant is standing before us. Please
Yes. Hi.
tell us your name and tell us about your project.
My name is Christian Hernandez, and I'm here to get approval for a special use permit for the use of selling vehicles for a dealership.
Thank you. I'll turn it over to our planning staff for a report.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Peter Lowenstein for the record. Staff finds the proposed motor vehicle sales use supports the goals, policies, and objectives outlined in the City of Las Vegas redevelopment plan for Area 2 by eliminating blight and deterioration of a commercial building that was previously vacant. Additionally, staff finds the requested waiver is minimal in nature and will not negatively impact adjacent commercial land uses and is appropriate for the segment of Eastern Avenue. Therefore, staff finds the use can be conducted in a compatible and harmonious manner with the surrounding area and recommends approval of the special use permit. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lowenstein. This is a public hearing for anybody who would like to comment. Hearing and seeing none. Anyone from the board? Not seeing any. I'll turn it over to Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And Ms. Hernandez, I just wanted to know if there are any future improvements that will be made to the site. I know that per the Planning Commission hearing, I think the gate needs to be coming down, the fence that's currently around it. But I wanted to know if there's any upgrades going to be made to the building or even secure the premises in a different fashion down the road.
Well, not at the moment, but the fence will be coming down.
All right. It's been sitting vacant there for a long time with no life to it. But what I do kind of want to impress upon you is that we want to lift the neighborhood as much as we can. And so I'm going to trust that as you are doing well with this endeavor, that we put some resources behind making the facade look better. And there's ways that the city can sometimes offer assistance through our visual improvement program, up to $25,000. So I just wanted to impress upon you that if there could be more greenery added in the future, lift the presence of the building, just because I drove past it and it needs a lot of TLC, and I'm not saying anything you don't know.
No, of course, yeah. It will be repainted. It will be cleaned up. Yes, it will look a lot better than it is.
And just
now.
continue that work in progress, hopefully, over time.
Of course, yeah.
All right.
We will do that.
Okay. With that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item 79.
There's a motion. Please vote. And post, and item 79 passes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. We're now moving on to items 80 through 80D, 25-0165 on the following land use entitlement project requests on .89 acres on the west side of Tom Boulevard, approximately 100 feet north of Donnie Avenue, C2 General Commercial Zone. 80A, 25-0165, the AR1, to allow an existing 8-foot tall solid front yard wall where 5 feet with a 2-foot solid base is the maximum height allowed. 80B, 25-0165, the AR2, to allow no off-site improvements where such are required. 80C, 25-0165, SUP1, for a proposed trucking company use with a waiver to allow more than 5 trucks or trailers on the site at any one time. And 80D, 25-0165, SDR1, for a proposed trucking company vehicle storage facility with waivers of the perimeter landscape buffer requirements. The applicant owner is R&T Sparks Family Trust et al. The Planning Commission recommends approval on the entire land use entitlement project. Staff recommends denial on the entire land use entitlement project. These are in Ward 5 with Councilwoman Summers Armstrong. And our public hearings, which I now declare open, is the applicant present.
Yes, good morning, Mayor Pro Tem and members of the council. Jim DeFiore from DeFiore Consulting, and with me is Rick Sparks, who is the owner of the property. And I want to show you some renderings, if we have the overhead, of the proposed changes to the landscape, which include, I'm going to do it this way, which include trees in the front and an extension of the sidewalk from the west of the property to the east of the property. And there will be paved driveway and paved surface on the inside. I'm going to switch here a little bit. The inside will look like this, and there will be 36-inch box trees all around the perimeter of the facility, and the vehicles that will be parked near the rear of the facility, so they won't be facing the front of the street. Again, this would be an aerial view of the inside of the property. And again, from a three-dimensional picture of the property from the inside. And again, it will all be paved. So we're open to any questions, if you have any questions about the project.
Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to our staff for a report.
Thanks, Mayor Pro Tem Seth Floyd, for the record. So, Mayor Pro Tem, this is the first time we are seeing that particular landscape plan. It does appear that it makes the site less intense than it was approved for, but I would appreciate an abeyance so that we can actually get those plans in, review it, and get the proper information in front of you. 30 days would be ideal.
Okay, there's a request. This is a public hearing. Is there anybody that needs to comment on this item or issue? I'm not seeing any. Before we ask if it's okay, is there any questions or comments up here? Okay, Councilwoman Summers Armstrong, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. I did not realize when we met that these new drawings had not gone through staff. So if there is no real issue, I would support their request for 30 days.
I can add that we tried to detail from the Planning Commission's recommendations, moving the parking back toward the 60% of the property, basically, and then adding the 36-inch box trees. I thought we were just following what you had requested, but I guess we didn't submit the changes. This is slightly different than what we presented before.
So the request would be for a 30-day abeyance until which council meeting? The August 20th City Council meeting. Are you comfortable with that? Councilwoman?
Yes, I would be, if that's okay with you all.
Yeah.
We'll need a motion for that.
So moved.
So we'll move that to the August 20th City Council meeting. There's a motion. Please vote. And post. And that item is obeyed. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Moving on to items number 81 through 81D. 25-0176 on the following land use entitlement project request on a 4.50 acres at the northeast corner of Harris Avenue and Bruce Street. C1 Limited Commercial Zone, 81A 25-0176 VAR1 to allow 75-foot residential adjacency setback where 111 feet is required. 81B 25-0176 VAR2 to allow 242 parking spaces where 340 are required. 81C 25-0176 SUP1 for residential multifamily use. 81D 25-0176 STR1 for a proposed three-story 204-unit multifamily residential development with waivers of the perimeter landscape buffer and building orientation requirements. The applicant owner is For Him for Life Incorporated. The Planning Commission recommends approval on the entire land use entitlement project. Staff recommends denial on the entire land use entitlement project. These are in Ward 3 with Councilwoman Diaz. This is a public hearing, which I now declare open. Is the applicant present?
And Mayor Pro Tem, I have been made aware that the applicant is not present, and just out of respect for everyone's time, I'm going to move to obey 81A through D to the first August meeting in 2 weeks. When would that be?
August 6th.
August 6th. So I move to obey 81A through D to August 6th meeting.
Do I need to open that up anymore? Or we close the public hearing and then take the motion?
Yeah, if you already opened the public hearing, just go ahead and close it, but the abeyance motion's on the floor, that's fine.
Okay, let's do that. There's a motion for the August 6, 2025 City Council meeting. Please vote and post. That item is obeyed until August 6th. Moving on to item number 82, 25 nope, sorry, we already did that one. Reports and presentations. Item number 83, report by the Clark County School District on the current educational operations in schools within CCSD in the city of Las Vegas. This is for all wards, and I will ask Dr. Malich to introduce the item.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council members. This is the quarterly report for quarter 1 from January through March per NRS 388G.630 and CCSD Regulation 2130 as a result of AB 469 passed during the 2017 legislative session. Here with us today is the Clark County School District. We have new leadership. I mentioned that in briefings. And so this presentation that has been done in the past by Dr. Celeste Rayford will now be done by our new Region 2 Superintendent, Dr. Reese Oswalt. And with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Oswalt.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem Knudsen and City Council members. My name is Reese Oswalt, and I'm the new Region 2 Superintendent. I've served in CCSD for 26 years as an elementary and secondary teacher, assistant principal, and principal. For the last 5 years, I've been a school associate superintendent in Region 3, supervising as many as 36 elementary, middle, and high schools. First order of business is to inform you that there are no notices of deficiency related to the compliance with NRS 388G.500-820, aligned with administrative regulations codified in the Nevada Administrative Code and this regulation. Second order of business is to highlight some celebrations. Bonanza High School is celebrating 14.3% increase in English language arts on the ACT exam. They also have a preliminary graduation rate of 92.6, which is the highest in school history. Howard Wasden Elementary School is celebrating a 6% decrease in chronic absenteeism. And last but not least, Las Vegas Academy is celebrating student Chris Hayes, who won the National Jimmy Awards, one of the highest honors in high school musical theater, and from my understanding, the first in Nevada to do so. Next order of business is the data. The written report contents reflect disaggregated data that was presented to our Board of Trustees during the first calendar year, quarter of 2025. Topics include graduation rate, gaps in graduation rate, middle school advanced coursework, diversity and achievement, chronic absenteeism, and student behavior. First, graduation rates. The graduation rate in Las Vegas schools has decreased from 86.3 to 82.8%, but remains the overall district rate of 81.5%. The gap between the highest and lowest graduation rates among student groups in Las Vegas schools has shrunk by 0.8 percentage points. In relation to middle school advanced coursework, diversity, and achievement, schools in Las Vegas increased middle school advanced coursework participation, showing an 18% improvement over the previous year. All student groups have seen an increase in participation, with notable improvements for students eligible for special education and English language learners. In relation to chronic absenteeism, interventions at schools in Las Vegas resulted in a steady decrease of chronic absenteeism each year, with a 9.8% reduction from 2 years prior. Reductions in chronic absenteeism rates are evident amongst all student groups. With student discipline, schools in Las Vegas have seen a decrease in both suspensions and discretionary expulsions during the first semester of the school year in comparison to the previous year. When considered together, nearly all student groups show a decrease in removals from instruction due to behavioral issues. A notable exception is a small increase in suspensions for students with eligible for special education, suggesting that additional work is required. And then in closing, I've been on the job for approximately 2 weeks. And I've been in close contact with Dr. Malich, knowing her from her great work she did in CCSD. And we've already had some dialogue in terms of opening up our communication between the city and CCSD, and specifically to ensure this presentation covers what you want to know about the work going on in CCSD. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on your new spot. Thank you. And since you're new, I'm going to make some requests. Because we've had a lot of presentations over the last years, and they haven't quite met the expectation of this council. And so I specifically want to focus in on, you mentioned there's a 6% decrease in absenteeism at Wasden Elementary. That's in Ward 1. I've been pushing as hard as I can on the school district to think through their policy around magnet schools. I think that's an ideal magnet school, and I'm offering myself, but I think the city of Las Vegas as well as a partner. I think that partnership demonstrates at Wasden we can do better by those kids, and I think a magnet school designation would be great for the community, great for the medical district. And so since you've only been on the job for 2 weeks, this is an assignment from the city of Las Vegas.
Okay, thank you.
I would appreciate your effort and energy in reporting back to me, because I won't stop.
Okay.
So I appreciate it.
Will do, thank you.
Any questions or comments up here?
Go ahead. Well, welcome to the new position, Mr. Oswald. You're going to find that those of us up here really are invested in our communities, and we want to be a partner and an ally. We're not here to antagonize the school district's work. We're really here to help elevate, and there's sometimes gaps that are happening in our schools that we want to step in if it's something that's in our lane. And so, for example, I'm just going to highlight there's sometimes traffic issues that are happening in the front of schools, and it's a really hard endeavor to try to get through it during drop-off and pickup time. And sometimes we are an ally in that space in getting our traffic team out there to analyze, seeing what other traffic calming measures we can be providing, so that that's a stress that's relieved from the principals and the staff having to go weather that type of traffic storm. So I just want to articulate that we really are invested in knowing where our schools are, what the challenges are in our different schools, because a Ward 3 school is very different than a Ward 6 school, and a very different thing from a Ward 4 school. And so we just want to kind of seize those opportunities where we can be a united front and really try to get to root causes and try to think through solutions where we could be helping each other. Because at the end of the day, my zone kids go to the schools that CCSD are, valiantly making sure that are staffed and are there ready to receive our children. But sometimes there's other things that a city could be more nimble in addressing. And I feel like sometimes the communication isn't as fluid and isn't happening as much as it could be. So I just wanted to impress that we're not here to make your lives worse. We're trying to hopefully add value and move our parents and our kids along that continuum a lot faster. I know that Dr. Malich and her department are also another department that want to do what's in best interest of all of our kids. We're very invested. I know that chronic absenteeism has been a real thing in many of my inner city schools, and we, through collaboration, have, I think, helped to at least get that number to be better than what it was during the pandemic and after, right? And so just wanted you to take that in. We like to meet with our principals. We have what we call Principals Roundtable. And that's a way that we can hear directly from those that are in our neighborhoods about what are things that they feel at a city level, and to educate them too about how to flag things for us, because a lot of people think that when a light goes out, we have it on a dashboard, and actually if the school staff don't report it to us and they know about it, then that light goes unaddressed if no community member is putting it on our radar to go fix. So just those kinds of things. And I know that weather events have downed a lot of light poles, and so when schools know about this, it helps us then intervene and look at aging infrastructure so that it's on everyone's radar. And I know that, we have the windy storms coming through. Thankfully, right now it's July and no kids are in session, but it has happened to when kids are in session. And it just helps us gel better as one team, because we're all wanting what's best for our kids and what's best for parents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for your presentation. I'd like to plant a seed. In May, we had a very tragic accident, as I'm sure you know, where Mackenzie Scott was killed in front of Arborview High School. And I think the incident revealed that we could do better around communication with our marshals, our traffic engineering department, and CCSD school police. And so I don't know how this happens, but I would like to see if we can set up a standing meeting with maybe some of our marshals, our city traffic engineering department, and the CCSD school police. Maybe we can look at the data to figure out where the hotspot areas are, but we definitely need better communication around, as Councilman Diaz said, the school safety and traffic safety issues, please.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to the new role. I have known Dr. Rayford since, well, many years, and sorry to see her leave. She's earned it, but what a great opportunity for you, and wonderful to have you here. Just want to reiterate the principals roundtables. We have very sort of lukewarm participation at our first couple for Ward 5. And maybe you can impress upon your principals that we're trying. And I'm not going to stop trying, but I think it's an indicator of the commitment from principals, whether or not they're interested in partnering, whether or not they are present, or whether they send someone. We have to work together. Dr. Malich's team is there. They go through all the effort to make it a hospitable and an engaging environment. And we've had both sort of a dinner, and then we had sort of a casual one, and we had the same people participate in both. And there was really good information shared about addressing the issue of absenteeism. If kids aren't in seats, they're not learning, right? And so just impress upon them that we really are trying to build relationship, but relationships are a two-way street. So welcome, and I hope that we can help you all and our community do things together to address some of these issues, because it matters to all of our communities. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Mr. Oswald, thanks for coming today. I'm very excited with our new superintendent that we see meaningful and positive changes in the future for the school kids here in Southern Nevada. And I echo the sentiments of my fellow councilwomen who talk about the working relationship with our principals in our schools. I work very hard at it. Sometimes that two-way street is not always reciprocated, but I would implore you to keep trying, because eventually it does make a meaningful difference. I've done it in my poor powers to help increase resources to my individual schools, and I will continue to do that. But one of the things that your predecessor always heard from us, and I will, because I have new fresh ears, I'll reiterate, when you provide us the data, we love to see that data further broken down, showing us the difference between different municipalities and the schools in those municipalities, their performance. And further broken down, I want to know how Olivia's district ward is doing, and Councilwoman Armstrong's area, and Councilwoman Bruni's, broken down into specific wards, so that we can surgically go in there and offer support and aid in a meaningful way. That's all I got.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And since you're new, I'm going to make another request. Get your pen out, take notes. We all know that there's a substantial change in federal funding. It's definitely impacting the city of Las Vegas. I know it's impacting the Clark County School District. However, the school district plans to respond to those funding cuts. It would be great to know that in advance. It'd be great if you were able to send us regular communication on what those plans look like, because at the end of the day, we're all responsible for those children. And for the teachers and principals and everybody else who's affected by it. So it's great if we're all kind of unified, and if there are areas where we as individuals or council offices or city can maybe be a better partner, we would love to know that. So I think the message you're hearing from all of us is about enhanced communication, and since you're in that role, you get to do it from now on.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that all of us will remember this conversation if you're here next time, so be prepared for that.
I plan to be here.
That's wonderful, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Any requests of us? Would you
No,
like us?
I appreciate it, and I appreciate the dialogue, and I hope we can open up more dialogue, right, to build relationships, because they are our kids together. And so I plan to be in this for quite a while, and so I look forward to building relationships and doing some work together. And I think with our new superintendent and our new team, there's certainly a lot of opportunity to do that right now. Thank you.
We very much appreciate you, and I know because I've heard every single person up here publicly and privately, we want to support you. We want you to be successful.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council. Just in closing this item, I did take copious notes, so I will follow up on all of those things. And secondly, Nathan was here from Government Relations for CCSD, and he has reached out prior to this item to say to all the municipalities, can we sit down and meet and talk about these presentations and how they can be more helpful, beneficial, and meet the needs of your municipality elected officials. So know that that work is also going on behind the scenes, and we will continue working with the school district to make this more participatory and two-way street of communication. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is a report only, no action is needed. We are now moving on to item number 84. Set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings. I would instruct the city clerk to set the public hearing dates and appeals from the City Planning Commission meetings and dangerous buildings or nuisance litter abatements.
Thank you, will do.
And Mr. Barlow, we held your item in advance for 2 weeks.
Okay.
We are moving into public comment period, but your item's already been held.
Okay, what was it held to? Because it would only take like less than 5 minutes. I mean, the presentation is
We don't
fairly
have
quick.
planning staff here anymore.
Okay.
Because 82 had already happened.
Okay, what?
So agenda item 82 was pulled forward. We didn't have anything to buffer it, so
Okay.
we needed to hold it in advance.
Okay, because I was just trying to time it. I didn't realize that there was one that was canceled before mine had jumped it sooner. So what was the date?
Next meeting, August 6th.
August 6th? Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're at item number 85, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the city council. No subject may be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. This is your opportunity to address the council, but the council is not able to respond or engage in dialogue. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak under this portion of the agenda? We'll offer up 2 minutes.
Okay.
Mr. Nimrod.
Hello, council. Again, my name is Eric Melchizedek Christ Nimrod. Nimrod means valiant, strong. You can find that in Young's Analytical Concordance to the Bible, page 696. Now, peace be within your homes and prosperity in your palaces. Psalms 122:7. We all need prosperity. This is a public safety situation that I'm talking about, and it also will be able to help CCSD also. And you'll probably never heard this, but so-called black people were never cursed in Genesis 9:25. There's a thing in the Bible that says black people are cursed to be the lowest of slaves to white people and the Jew. Well, that's incorrect. It's a covenant blessing in the Hebrew language, but it's been misconstrued. And so it's been taught for hundreds of years that black people are to be cursed, or black people are cursed. But so-called black people are not cursed, but it has created in so-called black people a self-hate, self-killing situation, especially on the weekends with drugs, gangster rap music, and alcohol. There's a lot of killing, black on black crime, so to speak. And that's the underlying situation is religion, and the way religion has been taught to so-called black people. There's a book called The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which says the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Now, what's the best way to subdue the enemy without fighting is to have your enemy killing each other. And until this so-called curse situation is taken out of so-called black people's spirits, and they have an understanding of who Nimrod is, there'll always be this confusion.
Thank you, Mr. Nimrod.
You know, and that must be dealt with.
Thank you, sir.
And there's nobody dealing with it but Nimrod. So thank you very much.
I look forward to the next meeting.
For your time.
Thank you. Come on forward and state your name for the record, please.
Yes, thank you. My name's Grace Albanese, Albanese. And if only the government would acknowledge what everybody knows, I wouldn't have to come here and tell you, and that is that I'm microchipped without my consent. Microchips are being smuggled into this country from Israel. They're winding up in this city and inside of Americans like myself, with help from the Mormons, who I met these people, and they somehow got the microchip in me through food and put it all online. Everybody's afraid to help me because they may be next. Getting microchipped. So also there was a trip taken by President Biden in 2021. It was a cybersecurity meeting with President Putin in Switzerland. And President Putin has the code to the microchip. Only President Putin has it. He's only going to give it to a president of the United States. Trump had it. He took it with him when he left the White House, and so Biden had to fly over to meet Putin to get this code to this microchip. This is how important this is, I guess, that microchips are being smuggled into this country from Israel. They're winding up in Las Vegas and inside of American citizens like myself with the help of the Mormons who are doing this. And you can thank Israel and the Mormons for all those pictures you see on your phone of my thoughts and my dreams that are being developed with negatives in people's closets, in people's garages, pictures of my thoughts and dreams from negatives being print out, sold, resold on printers, sold and resold by people, and you can thank Israel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else here for public comment? If this is how you spend your vacation, sir, there's other things to do, but come on down.
My name's Lee Dusbabeck. I would like to just comment on an item you've already passed in the past, and this concerns the mega church that's being built in the rural preservation zone. I just want to remind you that the rural preservation zone has quite a few restrictions about what can be built, how it can be built. You promised us, the residents, on this. You signed a contract, and yet you've broken most of those rules with allowing this church. What I find more concerning is, your attorney probably knows about this. There's an LLC that was created that is bringing some lawsuits against you and the church. Recently, the city has reached out to individual residents, threatening them with financial bills on a lawsuit that is not won or lost. I'm not a lawyer, but that doesn't seem very right to be threatening individual people on an unresolved lawsuit. It sounds like intimidation. And I don't know if you guys are aware of what's going on. That's why I brought it up. But we're trying to stand strong, and I just think some of the tactics are just not right.
Thank you. Is there anybody else here for public comment? Hearing and seeing none, we will close the public comment period and move on to council emerging issues. Discussion regarding potential items for future city council agendas, all wards. Any discussion must be limited to whether or not such proposed items shall be placed on a future agenda, and no discussion regarding the substance of any such proposed topic shall occur. No action shall be taken. Do any members of the council have any topics they would like to bring forward under this item? Not seeing any, we'll now move on to council member participation. Council member recognition. Comments made by individual city council members during this portion of the agenda will not be acted upon by the city council unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. Thank you, and I will move on to Councilwoman Bruni first.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I want to start by saying you've done a great job chairing today's meeting, and Councilman Diaz, you've done great as a wing person. Ward 6 started off the month of July with a bang as we joined Mayor Berkeley and Councilwoman Frances Allen Polensky to celebrate our nation's birthday and 249 years of independence. We had more than 15,000 individuals attend our Blast Off in the Basin annual celebration and enjoy the amazing drone show and fireworks display. Thanks to our special events team for organizing this event, which gets bigger and bigger every year, and you always make it look so easy. And I will say, with that many people, we didn't have a single medical incident. Thank you to fire and to our marshals for also being there. After hosting the best party of the year, what do but clean up? Ward 6 joined with Ward 4 and our Parks and Recreation staff and city team volunteers to clean up Buckskin Basin and Wayne Bunker Park after our 4th of July party. We know that summer is almost over and our families are getting ready to head back to school. Ward 6 is looking forward to hosting our annual Splash Back to School on August 2nd from 7:30 to 10:30 at our Centennial Hills YMCA. We'll kick off the evening by enjoying musicology student performances before we watch Sing 2. Please RSVP so we can make sure we have enough frozen treats for our guests. On August 9th, we'll be partnering with the Nevada Department of Wildlife to host a Critters of the Night event where we will look for and learn about the wildlife that come out at night at our beautiful Floyd Lamb Park. 7:30 p.m. is the start time. Please note that this event has sold out or reached capacity. We had more than 300 people respond in 48 hours of posting. But please know that we have noted the demand for an interest in this type of programming, so we will be adding a few more evening events. Please sign up for our newsletter so you can stay informed about these types of events. If you're a small business or an aspiring entrepreneur, please feel free to join us on Wednesday, August 13th from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. at our Centennial Hills Active Adult Center. We'll be offering speakers, information about resources to support your business, and free breakfast tacos. RSVP at ward6@lasvegasnevada.gov. As always, we want to hear from you. Please feel free to reach out at 702-229-5463 or email us at ward6@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and Councilwoman Seaman.
Thank you. What a joy it was to ride on Big Red in the Summerlin 4th of July Parade for the 6th year, representing Ward 2. It was heartwarming to see families, friends, and neighbors come together in patriotic spirit to celebrate this special day. It was a joy to attend the Nevada Chamber Orchestra's From Bernstein to Berlin concert at the Emerald at Queens Ridge in Ward 2 to present a city proclamation to Dr. Gregory Maldonado for his 35 years of leadership and over 40 years of excellence in music. His dedication to the arts continues to inspire our community. And then I got to attend the Atria Seville's in Ward 2 Fun-Filled Chef Showdown, where in-house chef and a talented resident went head-to-head in a tiramisu bake-off. It was a heartwarming celebration of food, community, and friendly competition. I had a great time at the NBA Summer League's puppy race. With Pink Box, I presented my good friend Lori Heron and the Nevada SPCA with certificates of recognition for their outstanding service to our animal community. I want to invite you to join us for our monthly Ward 2 Breakfast Buzz, an excellent opportunity to connect with fellow residents, discuss community matters, and hear the latest updates about what's happening in Ward 2. Also, stop by the Senior Saturday Adoption event at Nevada SPCA, where adoption fees will be waived for all seniors age 60 and up. We're looking forward to our back-to-school fundraiser bash with the NLPOA chapters. That would be the National Association of Police Officers, a special event supporting our annual school supply drive to ensure every student in our community starts the school year prepared and ready to succeed. Don't miss our paws, pup cups, and booties at Kellogg's Zaire Dog Park, where we'll have free dog booties, free pup cups, and plenty of puppy love for all our furry friends. Okay, now I'd like you to meet Pongo and Dory's, two lovable pets hoping to find their forever families. Pongo is a 3-year-old, 3-year and 2-month-old male beagle mix weighing 25 pounds, and Doris is an 8-year-old female domestic shorthair weighing about 7.2 pounds. Each has a unique personality and so much love to give, and whether you're looking for a playful pup or a gentle feline companion, they are ready to bring joy, comfort, and companionship into your life. If you're ready to open your heart and home, consider adopting one of these amazing animals and giving them the second chance they deserve. You can go to the Nevada SPCA, you can go to the Animal Foundation. There's hundreds of rescues just waiting for you to adopt one of these precious animals. Do you want to get the word out about your Ward 2 business? Contact my office, 702-229-2420, or email us at ward2@lasvegasnevada.gov. If you have any issues or inquiries in Ward 2, please reach out to my office, same phone number and same email. We are always here to help you. Thank you, Temporary Mayor Knudsen.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Seaman and Councilwoman Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'm just going to take a moment of privilege and wish my ride and die partner. We can't be functioning elected officials if we don't have a support system in our homes. For that for me, the man that makes sure that I can get my work done here at City Hall is my husband, and today's our 25th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
So happy silver anniversary. And thank you for putting up with me, because I know it's not easy. All of the ribbon cuttings and events and time consumed here in the office, but you're always a champ and you always welcome anything that I have to do for our community. So thanks, Frank. May we have 50 in the making. Just wanted to cover the Dustland opened in the Arts District, or adjacent. It's actually in the Gateway, adjacent the Arts District, 1433 South Commerce Street. And I was very happy to join the special celebration of the soft opening to welcome the Dustland Bar and Music venue to this space. It's an exciting new venue that has indoor and outdoor bars and plenty of space to enjoy the music. So congratulations to Jennifer Taylor, who started the Fergusons back with Tony Shea. So that very eccentric awesome spot was actually started by her, and now she's moving on to her own business with the different business partners on this new project. So wishing them lots of success at the Dustland. Just want to remind everyone that summer break is in full swing, but we all know that school will be back in session too soon. So don't miss this opportunity. We're hosting a back-to-school fair on Saturday, July 26th out of East Las Vegas Community Center, and it will be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and admission is free school supplies for students while supplies last, and we have about enough resources for the first 1,000 participants that come. And I would just want to thank all of the partners that are listed on the flyer for making this event possible. Just want to highlight the wonderful work that our neighborhood services team is continuing to do through their community connections sessions, and the one in Ward 3 is still slated to happen August 13th at East Las Vegas Library on 2851 East Bonanza Road, noon to 2. So I want you to save the date, and this is just an opportunity for Ward 3 residents to hear about all of the wonderful services that are offered through our Department of Neighborhood Services. I think my very last slide to cover is the 10th annual kickoff to kindergarten happening at the East Las Vegas Library, Saturday, August 23rd, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So make sure that if you have kids 3 to 5, you save the date, and they're going to be lots of fun and co-sponsored by the UNR Extension and Las Vegas PBS that will feature hands-on activities, the UNLV Dental Clinic, and special live performances by Mariachi Perla Tapatia and comedian Adam London. The first 250 families will receive free school supplies, lunch bags, and a social emotional game to take home with them. So go ahead and register for that event. I see a QR code, and hope you guys take advantage of all of these awesome goodies that are being offered through different community partners. And as always, my team in Ward 3, we're here to serve you. Follow me on my social media channels. Text us to subscribe to our newsletter that goes out monthly. Call us in the office, 702-229-2359, or email us ward3@lasvegasnevada.gov.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. And moving on to Councilwoman Alan Polensky.
You got nothing?
I'm him doing it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I had a great time attending the Summerlin Patriotic Parade the morning of the 4th. Walking in the parade was such a fun way to celebrate with the community and show our patriotic spirit. Thank you to everyone who came out and cheered us on. Next up, later in the evening, Blast Off in the Basin featured its first ever drone show. It was a beautiful sight, and as you can see some of the slides here, thank you to everyone who joined in, Mayor Berkeley, Councilwoman Bruni, and myself for our festive 4th of July celebration at Buckskin Basin. We are thrilled to share that the event attracted over 12,000 attendees. That's a 50% increase from last year. The energy, excitement, and sense of community was unforgettable. From the live DJ to delicious food trucks to amazing performance by Somerset Sky Point Marching Band, the evening was filled with celebration for the 249th year of America. Of course, the night ended with a spectacular fireworks show that truly lit up the basin and had the greatest grand finale we've had yet. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who made this event successful, up to and including the Department of Public Safety for keeping everyone safe, Las Vegas Fire Benefits Association for their active participation and their continued support, all the food vendors who kept the crowd well fed with fantastic options, and of course, the City of Las Vegas events team for their tireless planning and coordination behind the scene. We couldn't have done it without all of you. Thank you again for making this year's celebration one of the best yet, and I'm already looking forward to next year, the 250th anniversary of freedom. Next up, the Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is hosting a community boot camp. It's open to everyone over 14 years of age or older. Attendees will be able to meet LVFR staff, participate in challenging workouts with firefighters, and learn how to prepare for the application process, the Fire Academy, and various skills to support their long-term career success. Be sure to check it out Sunday, July 26th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the LVFR Training Center. Remember, it's not just a job, it's a calling. Next up, please take a moment to look at these faces on the slide above. 9 children are missing from our community. If you recognize any of them or have any information that could help, please contact LVMPD's missing person detail. Even the smallest tip could make a difference. With the new school year fast approaching, it's now time to come together and help bring these kids home. If you're an at-risk youth or runaway, please remember the contact information on the slide. There's always a bus ride home for free. And lastly, please don't forget to stay up to date with everything that's happening in our ward by following us on social media channels. We're here to share updates, community news, and upcoming events. If you ever need any assistance from us or have any questions, please don't hesitate to call our office directly. You can reach us at 702-229-2524. My team and I are always here to help however we can. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and Councilman Summers Armstrong.
Good morning and thank you. Ward 5 has been pretty busy. On July 8th, we attended a retirement celebration for Cassandra Lewis. Many folks know her from her amazing work at the Doolittle Active Adult Center. And after 32 years of dedicated service to the city, she has decided to hang it up. We are so proud of her and the work that she's done in our community. She secured the very first Meals Assistant Grant for seniors in our community, and it's just been a remarkable career, and we're happy for her new phase of life, and we're grateful that Councilman Cedric Creer attended, Congressman Stephen Horsford, Commissioner William McCurdy II, and other federal delegation members were there. So it was really beautiful, and we wish her the absolute best. We also attended on July the 10th the annual Hoops for Hope basketball camp and parent workshop at Doolittle, which is a very active community center in Ward 5. The Quiet Storm Foundation's, this is their 22nd annual camp. I presented a certificate of recognition, and this camp really brings children and parents together through sports and service learning engagement. The foundation seeks to provide underserved youth and educational and recreational opportunities to show them how they can reach their goals, and it also helps their parents learn wonderful skills on how to handle preteens, and that's a lot. All right, on the 10th, my special assistant, Julius Lightfoot, presented a certificate to Changing Smiles Pediatric Dentistry. They are a nonprofit pediatric dental clinic located in historic West Las Vegas, providing our kids with services, and we also presented them with not a proclamation, but a certificate, and we're really happy to have them providing these services in our ward. On the 11th in the evening, I attended a convocation. We have lots of churches in Ward 5, and we attended the Nehemiah Kingdom Fellowship Convocation. It was a wonderful gathering of faith and community. They celebrated Bishop Bill H. McDonald, who is the pastor of Wealthy Place Ministries in Ward 5, and we were delighted to be there to support them and also present a certificate, and that is a picture of Bishop McDonald and his beautiful family, in particular Lady Faye, who's right to his left. Just some upcoming things. July 19th, the Just One Project will have a pop-up and give event. So you folks can go there to receive groceries. So that is this Saturday. If you need assistance, please reach out to them. On the 26th, there will be a back-to-school event at Doolittle. We will have backpacks and supplies available. So parents, please come out if you need assistance to this event. We'll have plenty of folks there to offer other services if needed. That's at 1950 North J. The Las Vegas firefighters have an open recruitment. Would love to see community members who may not have thought that this could be their calling to please consider the fire service. We have a wonderful team, amazing folks. who are fire service, but we're aging out and we need new blood, and we want to see folks from our community represent our community. So please come out to this event. Also, what's going on? Lorenzi Park is offering tennis lessons. You all know I'm a big fan. And I also heard that Peter Lowenstein was out, brought his son out on Sunday, and that means I've got to go out and hit the ball against Peter. Hopefully he won't make me have a heart attack on the court, or me, him. So please, bring your kids out, come out to Lorenzi Park and enjoy the last of the summer. And in finality, I'd like to just say that our team is here to serve the community. Please subscribe to my newsletter at lasvegasnevada.gov newsletters. It has lots of information that we would like to share. And please know that our team is here to serve you. Julius, Nora, and Avra, we are here to help you in any way we can. And our number is 702-229-5443. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. And as some of you know, I have 3 interns this summer. They're doing a fantastic job. I have Ayana, Caleb, and Chloe. And Caleb is here. He's going to read my comments for me because I don't like to. And we're getting them ready to present to the SNRPC in the next week. So I appreciate his willingness to jump on the mic.
All right, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. So July is National Park and Recreation Month, a time to celebrate the vital role parks and recreation play in creating healthy, connected, and vibrant communities. Since 1985, this nationwide observance led by the National Recreation and Park Association has highlighted how local parks support physical and mental well-being, provide safe spaces for play and connection, and contribute to environmental stewardship. Here in the city of Las Vegas, we invite residents to get involved by visiting a local park, participating in community events, and volunteering. Join us as we recognize the people and places that make our parks an essential part of life in Las Vegas. Some upcoming productions. There are 2 amazing productions coming up at Charleston Heights Art Center over the next month. On Saturday, July 26th at 2 p.m., you can enjoy the production titled Celebrating the Women of Broadway. The concert by Rose Kingsley will feature iconic songs from beloved musicals such as Funny Girl, My Fair Lady, West Side Story, and many more. And then on August 16th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., join us on the best ballroom dance floor in Vegas as we welcome back live dances to the Charleston Heights Art Center. Local heroes, the Moonshiners, will be playing a mix of top 40 and classic songs in their signature Prohibition pop style to get you grooving on the dance floor. Beverages will be available for purchase from the bar. And as always, you can reach out to our office via phone at 702-229-2299 or email Councilman Knutson directly at bknutson@lasvegasnevada.gov. Thank you again, Mayor Pro Tem.
Nice job, Caleb. And this will be the conclusion of our meeting. But before we do that, there's a lot of people here that support these council meetings. So we have communications staff in the back. We have our marshals protecting us. Thank you. We have clerk's office. We have IT, and we have the manager's office. So thanks, everyone, for a great meeting, and we are adjourned.
Yeah, life is like a jukebox. Just push play. Not everybody's first verse sounds the same, but we all get born and we all get raised where there is some boondocks on Marina Del Rey. Everybody turns wild when you're 16. Slow roll, big timing on Main Street. Everybody's got holes in their blue jeans. If you bought them that way or not, turn it up and sing along. We all work till the daylight's gone. We all knock off the edge around 5. Fall in love from a kiss on Friday night. And we've all had a broken heart. We've all closed down a few good bars. Take a look around, y'all, tell me I'm wrong. Ain't the whole wide world just one big country song? It's just one big country song. Yeah, well, who don't try to find some water when it's high? Whether it's a pontoon, tube, or a yacht. And who ain't got a dog that they love like a brother? And who ain't ever tasted better cooking than their mother? And who ain't got a story to tell? And who ain't made it through some hell? Who don't love somebody, don't miss somebody?